Moments away from the two teams, though, walking out onto the pitch at Stuttgart. So let's rejoin Darren Bent and Ian Danter as we await the two teams coming out. I've been seeing drums, Hungarian fans decked out in the colours of their flag, the red, white and green. They are in great voice as well. Likewise, the German fans. I mean, I've seen some wearing umbrella hats, particularly apt, I imagine, because some of the awful weather that's been taking place in Germany. The rain has been pouring down, but it certainly looks nice in Stuttgart right now. In terms of the threats, Ian, if I come to you first, what Hungary possess, what do you think Julian Nagelsmann will have been working on with his Germany side to counter this Hungarian team?
Well, styles make fights, so you've got a 4-2-3-1 against a 3-4-3. So that midfield pairing of Adam Nautwant of Bristol City and Andras Schaefer are going to have to dominate Robert Andrich and Toni Kroos. I think if Hungary are going to have any chance of getting through this game, and of course everything good about Hungary tends to go through Dominik Szoboszlai. So, you know, Varga's got a very, very good goal scoring record, 7 in 9 starts for his country, and he did score against the Swiss. So they need to be careful of him, but Germany got such great height at the back with Rudiger and Tah as your centre-halves. Mittelstädt isn't exactly small as the left-back, and this is his home stadium. He should be up for today. Max Mittelstädt playing as a Stuttgart player here in the Stuttgart arena. But I think those are the areas that Hungary can try and profit from, but Kroos was just sensational against Scotland, wasn't he? His pass completion rate was record-breaking. It was just a joy to behold.
Yeah, misplaced one of his 102 passes in midfield in that Scotland game.
We've all done it.
Oh, I know, it's natural.
Nat, that's simply not good enough.
But I mean, you know, obviously he's calling time on his career shortly. I mean, what a career it's been, and what a player. We talked about that experience that he brings to this team. He is just a natural leader within that side.
Yeah, I'm gutted that he's calling it a day because he's been fantastic for so long. And when he looks at some of his teammates, the likes of Luka Modric, who's still going, do you know what I mean? We've got Cristiano Ronaldo, he's getting up there in age, these guys are still going. After his performance against Scotland, I've got no doubts whatsoever that he can go on and on and on. But clearly, he feels he's got nothing more to give, and they will be missed because, as I said, that performance against Scotland and what we've witnessed this last, 15 years, he has been one of the best midfield players of this generation, and he will be sorely missed by not only Germany but Real Madrid fans and Bayern Munich fans, of course.
Well, the future still looks a little bit bright for Germany when you consider Musiala, Wirtz and Sane, Havertz as well in that team. The teams are making their way out now from the tunnel, so we will hand you over to your commentary team to bring you the national anthems and full coverage of Germany against Hungary. It's Darren Bent and Ian Danter.
Thank you very much, Natalie, and a very good afternoon to you wherever and however you've got Talksport on. What a fiesta of colour we've got here inside the Stuttgart arena. To my left, the red, yellow and black flags are being flown by the German fans. To my right, the red, white and green flags of Hungary in the Untertürkheimer curve. Fantastic colour. We're about to have the national anthem, so we will start with the national anthem of the Hungarians. players to a man, arms across their chest on top of their hearts, and all the flags to our right stayed still amongst the Hungarian fans as they sang as loud and proud as they could for their country. Now they're waving them furiously as attention switches to the hosts and the German national anthem as they link arms in front of us. Terrific noise inside the Stuttgart arena. The pre-match pleasantries almost done, and our second commentary of the day, live from Germany, here at the Stuttgart arena, about to get underway on Talksport after that dramatic 2-2 draw between Croatia and Albania. So any doubts German fans had about Die Mannschaft going into these championships as host? Well, they appear to have been swept away by that record-breaking win over Scotland on opening night. A win here tonight at the home of this season's Bundesliga runners-up would see the Germans pretty much through already, but opponents Hungary will not be in charitable mood, having slipped to a 3-1 defeat to Switzerland in their opener. The Magyars had only lost one of 16 internationals prior to the Euros, and they are unbeaten in 3 against their opponents tonight, but they do need to start better than they did last time out in Cologne. Julian Nagelsmann had a good blend of youth and experience in his Germany starting 11 against the Scots. He sees no reason to change it, so he has not. Manuel Neuer equals Gianluigi Buffon's Euros appearance record tonight with his 17th appearance at these championships. He's in goal. In front of him a back four of Josh Kimmich, Antonio Rudiger, Jonathan Tah and Maximilian Mittelstadt. Robert Andrich and Toni Kroos are the holding midfielders. Jamal Musiala, Ilkay Gundogan and Florian Wirtz are the 3 in behind Kai Havertz up front, and a full complement of players on the bench. Marco Rossi will have at least been encouraged by Hungary's second half performance against the Swiss, if not the first. He makes 2 changes tonight. Out of the side go Lang and Shalai, in come Bolla and Dardai. It's still a 3-4-3 formation, but a bit of a switcheroo. We'll see Bolla go to right wing back and Fiola, who played in that position, switch to centre half. So it's Petr Galacsi in goal. The back 3 is Attila Fiola, Willy Orban and Marton Dardai. Then Bendigers, Bolla, Adam Naj, once of Bristol City, Andras Schaefer and Bournemouth Milos Kerkez in midfield. Dominic Szoboszlai, Liverpool and Roland Shalai in behind Barnabas Varga in attack for the Hungarians. Germany in their change strip of shirts that grade from pink into dark blue, and they'll be getting underway, kicking from left to right as we look towards the Unter-Turkheimer curve away to our right, which is where the Hungarian fans are. Hungary for their part in all white with bits of green and red trim. Havertz and Gundogan, the German captain, standing together on the halfway line, and we await the countdown to kick off on the big screen either side of us in this arena that holds 51,000. They put seats in the Cannstatter curve away to our left, which is normally all standing for Stuttgart supporters. And with the countdown done, we are underway in Stuttgart on Talksport as the hosts look to make it 2 from 2. But Hungary have a decent recent record against Die Mannschaft. Ball in the area. Kimmich loses out, and it drops at the edge of the area, and it might break on the left-hand side for Kerkez, but panic in the German defences. Josh Kimmich underhit a back pass to Neuer, and it was very nearly Roland Schalai who slid in to knock it past the keeper, but they got away with it, Germany, Darren Bent.
Yeah, they did, and that was Germany trying to be too clever from kickoff. I think Gundogan and Jamal Musiala, they tried to do something, they got caught. Szoboszlai, he read the situation, and they were on the German back four, and to be fair, if it wasn't for the pass that maybe was a little bit overhit, he would have had a clear chance at goal, but Manuel Neuer doing what he's done spectacularly well throughout his career, coming off, shutting out the space, and the opportunity's gone.
Havertz drifting down the right-hand side as Germany come forward for the first time this evening. Gets to the right-hand corner of the box and then drifts away from the penalty area towards the middle of the half. Back it goes to Jonathan Tah, Bundesliga winner with Bayer Leverkusen this season. What a year he's had. Really had to wait his chance to build up his caps ratio, winning his 27th cap tonight for Germany. Rudiger knocks it back to Tah on halfway. Everything ahead of him, everybody behind the ball for Hungary, including Varga. It's picked up on the left-hand side by Florian Wirtz. Now back to halfway, and Maximilian Mittelstädt. The ball across to Rudiger, just inside the Hungary half now. Being very patient, Germany, in these opening stages. Gundogan drifts into the inside right channel, receives the pass and then just lays it off to Rudiger. Gundogan has it again and elects to go just slightly further back to Jamal Musiala, former England under-21, but now winning his 32nd cap for Germany. Tah again finds Gundogan, again inside right position, midway point of the Hungarian half, comes into the centre of the half now, once again lays it off to Tah, and then Toni Kroos turns it round the corner to Mittelstädt, and Hungary forcing Germany back into their own half, Darren Bent, 0-0.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to be patient, Germany. I mean, Hungary setting up that 3-4-3 formation.
Ball into the edge of the area. Havertz tries to turn away from his opponent, but Adam Nagy is there on the scene to win the ball back, and then Attila Fiola drifts out to the right-hand side, hits it against the German player and gets himself a throw-in. 2.5 gone on Talksport, it's 0-0.
Yeah, I think Hungary with the 4-3-3 formation, the 3-4-3 formation, I think when in possession, I think that will be their formation, but out of possession it's almost like a back five, just causing Germany problems, blocking the pockets, not letting anyone run between them, no space between the lines. But I fully expect Germany in that 4-2-3-1 formation to be able to at some point break that down, but they're going to have to be patient.
I don't know whether our stats guy is trolling us, but he's just sent a message through James with our in-house stat service. Germany have already faced more shots on target than they did against Scotland.
Yeah, he's definitely trolling. Definitely trolling.
Scotland, Switzerland later in Cologne, live on Talksport straight after this game. But here come Hungary again, down the left-hand side. It was an attempt to send the ball into the area from Andras Schäfer, but Germany coming away with the ball over the halfway. Musiala tucks it in field looking for Havertz, but it goes behind Havertz, and a clearance down the field by Fiola will bounce once and through to Neuer. 0-0, 3 gone.
Yeah, a little bit lacklustre there from Jamal Musiala, because it was Joshua Kimmich who wins the ball back, and he rolls a nice intelligent ball down the line to Musiala, and he tries to feed Kai Havertz to bounce it off him, but it's a really lacklustre pass, and he passes it behind him, and the opportunity's gone. But if Germany want to break down this Hungarian back line, they're going to have to play quickly.
Here is Schalai in the centre circle for Hungary, but plenty of German search around him, and Musiala is one of those that takes the ball off him. Germany have it back. Hungary won the last time they were in Germany. A 1-0 win in the Nations League a couple of years ago. Here's Havertz into the right-hand corner of the area for Germany. Gets the ball onto his left foot. The shot is on target, but very weak. And a comfortable save for Petr Galaci, 0-0.
Really good movement there from Kai Havertz. He looked at Joshua Kimmich. They caught eye contact on this right-hand side. He went to go short and just span him behind the fullback. And the fullback had no pace to kind of keep up with him. And he done well. I like seeing Kai Havertz do that. He faced up the defender. He took it one extra touch inside and hit the shot. And just didn't get enough on it. But it was a really good opportunity. Good movement.
Galaci about to smack the ball downfield. The accepted number one had a serious ACL injury a couple of years ago, which meant he missed all the qualifiers, Petr Galaci, but Marco Rossi sees him as the number one goalkeeper. He takes the goal kick downfield. It comes off the head of a German midfielder. It was Andrich that flicked it out of play. He's one of 2 German players on a yellow card, along with Jonathan Tah. Bendegus Boller came on as a sub against the Swiss, and he picked up the only yellow that Hungary have got so far from those out in the starting lineup. Throw coming in from the left-hand side from Martin Dardai, looking for Barnabas Varga, and he's won a corner. He forced Andrich to turn it behind, so Hungary have a corner away to our left. It's 0-0 on Talksport.
Yeah, really good play there from Varga. He jumped up, he knew he couldn't win the ball, but he just put enough pressure on Tony Rudiger to be able to, he couldn't get a clear header on it, and he ends up heading it out for a corner. But good play from Varga, and he's going to have to do that. At times the service into him might not be great. He's going to have to use his physicality, his body, try and butt back into the centre half, just make it uncomfortable for him.
Dominik Szoboszlai of Liverpool will have the corner, and the three giant centre-halves for Hungary have all stationed themselves beyond the back post. And Szoboszlai prepares to deliver, right-footed in-swinger, clips it into the near post. It's cleared away, and it's picked up by Shalai, lays it off to Szoboszlai, teases it back into the box, might drift to the right-hand side of the box to be driven towards goal and just over the bar. The shot came in from Bolla, and a vital touch from Andrich turned it behind for another corner to Hungary, 0-0.
Yeah, good play again. Szoboszlai, the first pass wasn't the best cross, but the second one he put it into a really good area, and I thought Germany dealt with it quite well, but it bounced to the back stick and it was a clear shot on goal, but it was good defending there. Put his body on the line from Andrich with that old-fashioned defending with his arms behind his back, not to give a penalty away, and managed to get something on it, and it goes out for a corner.
Hasn't scored for Hungary, Bendegush Bolla, but he forced a corner there, and that was on target. Szoboszlai to take it from the right-hand side, so an outswinger to come now from the Hungarian number 10 into the near post, headed out by Tar. Nobody upon halfway for Germany, so Hungary can retrieve possession and send the ball back to their keeper Galaciu's midway inside his own half. Looks up, he can go right or left here, and elects to go diagonally out to the left-hand side, looking for Varga. Tries to help it down the inside left channel, but Salai couldn't get there. Rudiger comfortably there first, and it's headed back towards Rudiger, and he'll just guide it down for Manuel Neuer. So 17 appearances now at European Championships for Manuel Neuer, equaling the great Gianluigi Buffon of Italy. And the ball's back on halfway with Tony Kroos, who was exemplary against Scotland, having come out of retirement for these championships. Musiala tries to feed the ball up to Havertz at the edge of the area, but it's get away by Hungary, and then two players go to ground. One of them was Shalai, the other was Kroos. In fact, it wasn't Kroos, it was Kimmich, but the referee, Danny McKayley from Holland, said no foul on either player. Hungary win it back. Naj takes it out to the right-hand side and Bolla. Then it's a little cushioned header down from Varga, but Naj couldn't pick up the loose ball, and instead Germany have it back. 7 gone on Talksport here in Stuttgart. It's 0-0 between Germany and Hungary. Darren Bent.
Really open and entertaining game. I mean, that pass there from Tony Kroos, I mean, it's the eye contact where he's looking somewhere else and he just sees Jamal Musiala pull off the centre half and he wraps a pass into him, and then it's can he pick the right pass, and for me he didn't. İlkay Gundogan was the pass, and if he rolls him in he threw on goal, but he chose another option and ended up giving it away.
Gundogan leaves it for Andrich, midway point of the Hungarian half. Now Kroos in the centre of that half, shovels the ball out to Josh Kimmich on this near side, the German right. Has to go back infield to Rudiger, because again Hungary have got all their players back behind the ball, trying to plug the gaps. Kimmich again, right wing, gives the ball infield to Musiala. There's a foot in that gets the ball half clear by Dardai, but it's back out to Kimmich on the right wing. Plays a 1-2 with Musiala and comes infield Josh Kimmich. Now Kroos gets his head up, delivers the ball beyond Gundogan with a cross from the right-hand side, and Hungary will just let that drift over the dead ball line for a goal kick. We played 9 minutes on Talksport. It is Hungary 0, Germany 0. Earlier today in Hamburg, Croatia 2, Albania 2. A dramatic stoppage time equaliser for the Albanians keeps their hopes alive in the tournament. They both lost their openers, don't forget. Scotland, Switzerland follows this commentary live in Cologne with Joe Shannon and Chris Uwelimo giving you commentary on that game. And then tomorrow, England, Denmark, at this time tomorrow in Leipzig with Adrian, Jim and Stu. And we've got all the build-up for that game from Box Park, Wembley tomorrow from 1. Hawksby and Baker are there with the likes of Ledley King and Steve Bruce joining them ahead of our coverage from inside the stadium in Leipzig. 0-0 here. Hungary in possession just inside their own half. And the ball is with Willy Orban, one of their 3 centre-halves. Pass short to Adam Naj, who I saw play many times in his couple of years at Bristol City. And I think the Hungarian public are quite staggered that he's never found a home in an elite club, a top-flight club. He's playing for Spezia in Italy at the moment. out on the right-hand side. It might break for Hungary here. Shalai's made a run to the far post. It's with Varga. Comes infield towards the edge of the area, but in steps Andrich, who's a really good defensive midfield shield for Germany. And he sends the ball downfield, headed out for a throw. Germany 0, Hungary 0.
I like what Hungary done there, though. They were patient, they kept the ball. They've understood that Germany have had loads of the possession, certainly in this early part of the game, the first 10 minutes. But it's got the ball down, had a few touches, passed the ball nicely, and then when Germany just showed a little bit of a press, that's when they went forward. It was really good to play, and I think if Hungary want to get anything out of this, that's exactly what they're going to have to do.
Havertz again the target for a ball downfield, and he's got in front of his defender and sends it across the face of goal, and Boller has to hand it behind for a corner. Suddenly Havertz got in behind Martin Dardai, who looked like he had the situation under control, running towards his own goalkeeper. In fact, it was Orban that made the mistake. Havertz used his strength, just couldn't get the finish he wanted. Good save by the goalkeeper Gulacsi. Corner to Germany, 0-0.
Yeah, great ball, great persistence from Kai Havertz as well, using his strength against Orban, and it was a good strike, but it was a great save from the goalkeeper from Gulacsi. Really good save. And again, I think Wirtz was coming in behind to try and put the rebound in, and they dealt with the situation really well.
Kroos with the left wing corner for Germany, their first of the game. A right-footed in-swinger to come from him, a pack six shot, but he drills it to the far post, volleyed back across the face of goal by Andrich and headed behind by Boller for another corner. That was on target from Robert Andrich, but behind it goes for a corner. Super routine from Kroos and Andrich there, the two midfielders. 0-0.
I think that's a goal. I think if they don't defend it and they don't clear it, I think that goes in. I think it beats the goalkeeper. I think Boller gets his head on it and stops Andrich from scoring. But what a bit of technique. First of all, the pass from Toni Kroos, and then the volley from Andrich. Absolutely superb.
Kroos has come across to this near side, the right for Germany, in front of the Hungarian fans to take this next corner for Germany. Out swinger to the edge of the area. Just gets away from Havertz, and Shalai can just lob it downfield. Bit of a miscued pass from Mittelstedt, but it'll just dribble into his own half. Nobody there for Hungary, so Neuer can hold on to possession just for the time being.
Do you know what? That's the only thing when you play a three at the back. You're encouraging your centre forward, say Kai Havertz in this instance, to just keep running down the outside of Fiola and Dardai. Every single time someone gets the ball up, because you're playing a three and you've got your wing backs are so high, that's where the space is. So you see Kai Havertz, he doesn't have to do anything particularly clever, just bends his run into that channel, stay on side, and he'll get opportunities every single time.
Kroos for Germany at 0-0 on Talksport, rolls it out to the right hand side, and Wirtz to the right hand corner of the penalty area, tries one challenge too many, and he's fouled Shalai, so that's a free kick to Hungary just inside their own half. Germany, the biggest home nation, winning the Euros opener when they beat Scotland by 5-1. We'll see how Scotland respond later live on Talksport as they take on the Swiss, who in turn beat Hungary by 3-1, although that was 2-1 until the very latter stages, and then Brie and Bolo scored a late goal when Hungary were pushing forward desperate for an equaliser. And they have a free kick, the Hungarians, just ahead of their own penalty area. That Gulacsi made that terrific save with his right fist from Kai Havertz just a moment ago to smack downfield. What have you spotted, Darren Ben?
Now I'm just looking at the Tony Rudiger against Varga. It's almost like he said right to Andrich, you challenge. I'm not quite sure. Antonio Rudiger, he loves the physical challenge, but it looked like to me there he was saying to Andrich, just drop 5 yards, you challenge and I'll drop off, because to be fair, Varga's used his body, he's won headers, he's got the flick-ons, and I think it's causing them one or two problems. So I think he's just gone, do you know what, just give me a hand and I'll drop off and pick up the second ball.
Former England striker Darren Bent, part of our commentary team here in Stuttgart on Talksport, where we're approaching the quarter-hour mark. No goals between Germany and Hungary. Misplaced pass by Kimmich. That's a collector's item. Away goes out to the right-hand side. Hungary trying to send Bendiger's Boller away in the right wing. He gets the cross in. Where's that going to drop? Into the D. Picked up by Shalai. Gets the shot away and it's blocked by Kimmich. It was on target, but I think Neuer would have dealt with it, Darren Bent. 0-0.
Yeah, Shalai didn't really get enough on it. I mean, it was a great pullback. First of all, Dominic Szoboszlai rolling it down the line. It was a cutback into a really good area. His first touch was perfect out of his feet, but for whatever reason, he doesn't get enough contact on it. Maybe he got excited and he drags it, and as you said there, it gets blocked in the end. But I think even if he hadn't got blocked, I think Neuer would have jumped on it.
Ilkay Gundogan for Germany. Quarter of an hour gone. 0-0 on Talksport. Lace it back to Tar at the edge of the centre circle. Rudiger just to his right. Sends a diagonal ball into the box over the head of Havertz. Mittelstedt is giving chase on the far side, and that forces Boller to slide it out of play for a German throw, 10 yards from the corner flag, left-hand side, taken quickly by Mittelstedt. Musiala takes over now, goes infield to Gundogan, who just swiveled and passed up to the edge of the area, blind, and it was easily intercepted by Fiola, and Hungary have it back. Ball into centre of midfield. Good touch from Salah to knock it down for Bournemouth. Milos Kerkez playing in the left wing-back role. Not really seen much of the ball, Kerkez, in this opening quarter of an hour.
But you know what he's having to do? As I said, the three at the back, but he's having to do that kind of left-back role and dropping into a 4 because, as I said, Kai Havertz on this right-hand side with Kimmich, he just rolling it down the outside every single time. And it's like the centre-half saying to him, I think it's Dardai saying to him, you're going to have to get back in here because I can't cover that space as well. So Kerkez, who we know can go forward, can create problems, he's having to play left-back.
Hungary have scored in 16 of their last 17 matches, whether competitive or friendly, drew 0-0 with Montenegro a year ago. And for their part, Germany, they conceded in each of their last 13 matches at major championships. But it's 0-0 so far, 16 minutes gone. Wirtz for Germany. Out to the left-hand corner of the box of Musiala. They're going to take on Fiola. Hits the cross against the Hungarian number 5, and that's another corner to Germany away to our right, 0-0.
Yeah, the two wide players combining really well there, Wirtz and Musiala. And Musiala's kind of been on the fringe of the game so far. I mean, we saw him against Scotland. Everything that they did do well going forward, he was at the heart of it. But his first 15 minutes, he's kind of been quiet, been on the periphery a little bit. But I expect him as the game goes on to have more and more of an impact.
Kroos with the corner in front of the Hungarian fans. Now, the last time he really drilled the ball deep to the far post closest to us. Kimmich is waiting there. This one may go into the 6-yard box. Indeed it does. Heads go up and Boller got it headed up in the air, lands around the penalty spot, and it's headed away, and there's a break on for Hungary if they play the ball right. Shalai striding out to the right wing position. Germany flooding players back behind the ball, and so Shalai just holds play up and knocks it back into his own half. Didn't fancy himself there, it seems.
Fair play. Don't cross the ball in for the box for no reason. There's no one in there. He just holds the ball up, waits for his teammates to get back up, and then just goes back. And that's why I've been really impressed with Hungary. They haven't tried to throw balls forward and try and win the game in this first half. They've kept patient, they've kept possession of the ball, and they're just waiting for a little opening, because every now and then Germany will go on the press, but they go in their ones and twos. They don't all go together, and then there's space behind Andrich and Kroos.
Marco Rossi, the coach that's revitalised Hungarian national football after he won the title with Honved. He was given the national job in 2018. He's now a Hungarian citizen, having been brought up in Italian. Marco Rossi, 23 years senior to his opposite number, Julian Nagelsmann, who's prowling his technical area just down beneath us, as Tar picks up possession for Germany. 18 minutes gone on Talksport. 0-0 in this game between Germany and Hungary.
He's not happy, Julian Nagelsmann. He's not happy at all. I mean, he's out his technical area. He's screaming at the players because I think he wants them to move it quick enough. And as we spoke about this now, Dance, he's saying to Kai Havertz, run into that channel. And I don't understand why they're not doing it more. Because every single time Kai Havertz has run down there, he's got a corner. He had an opportunity 5 minutes ago, but they've stopped doing it.
Well, here's Musiala charging towards the area now. Finds Havertz, turns it round the corner looking for Gundogan, who just couldn't control it. Might have been a hint of offside against the German captain anyway. But suddenly Musiala, herring through the inside right channel, clipped it into the area, and Havertz unselfishly tried to lay it on for his captain, who would have been onside, but he just couldn't collect it, and it dribbled behind for a Hungarian goal kick, 0-0.
Yeah, it's really good play for Musiala. Just drops it into Kai Havertz, and he tries to leave it in an area where Gundogan, we've seen him do it so many times for Manchester City and Barcelona, but Kai Havertz's layoff is just a fraction too heavy, and the chance is gone. But that's what they need to do. In and around the box, 1 and 2 touch, play really, really quickly.
0-0 here. You're listening to Euro Game Day live on Talksport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus. Please drink responsibly. And as I mentioned that, let's not forget Talksport breakfast. Alan Brazil, Gavi Agbonlahor tomorrow morning. Stuart Pearce will join him for an hour as well to look ahead to England. And David Bumble Lloyd, legend of English cricket and a big Accrington Stanley fan, will join it. And Ali McCoist will join the boys to look back on whatever happens tonight between Scotland and Switzerland, that you can hear live here on Talksport straight after this commentary. That's Talksport breakfast from 6 a.m. in the morning. And David Moyes joins White and Jordan as well from 10 to pick the bones out of whatever happens in Cologne tonight. 0-0 here at the moment. We're approaching the 20-minute mark. Germany have the ball. We've seen this a lot, Darren Bent, in this opening 20 minutes as we've been watching. Germany having the ball around the halfway line, and Hungary putting everybody behind the ball.
They are, but that's Germany not playing quick enough. I mean, when Toni Kroos gets it, he's looking up and no one's really making an angle. But as I said, the movement's been good. Kerkez does not want to play left back. But at the minute he's having to, because they're spinning down that channel every single time, but it's just a bit too intricate.
Gundogan clips the ball into the area right hand side. There was pressure for a moment, but Kerkez back on his own dead ball line, can volley it clear, and it's collected with a minimum of fuss by Antonio Rudiger and sent down the inside right channel for Florian Wirtz, trying to slide it down the right hand side of the box for Havertz, but you heard the groan of the German fans around us in the stadium as Havertz slid into no avail. Another goal kick to Hungary, 0-0.
That's the right pass, though. That's exactly what he should have done. He just done it a fraction too late, Florian Wirtz. He picked up the ball in that right-hand side in a really good space, Florian Wirtz. And Havertz is pointing, put me the ball, give me the ball in there. He took an extra touch, and by the time he went to pass it, it wasn't on anymore. But that's the type of area that can hurt this Hungary back line.
Well, already the notebook's out, and Julian Nagelsmann's having a long chat, sat down in his technical area with his coaching staff about what his team are doing right. I think it's more about, as Darren Bent's already intimated, what they're doing wrong so far. But it's 0-0 on Talksport. 21 minutes gone. Kroos for Germany inside his own half, lays it off to Tar, up to halfway, and Musiala, who gives it back to the Bayer Leverkusen centre half. Rudiger, once of Chelsea, plays the ball into the feet of Florian Wirtz, who turns and finds Kimmich. Early ball up to Havertz, but good defending from Hungary. Shalai nods it in field, but it's come back Germany's way. Wirtz again swings the ball across the edge of the area, at the edge of the D. It's played through by Musiala, trying to get Gundogan away, and he's won it back as Hungary lose possession. Surely Musiala, he scored! Terrible mess at the back by Hungary, who couldn't get it clear. Centre-halves and goalkeepers falling over themselves to try and clear the ball, which they couldn't. Gundogan still had the presence of mind to know which teammates were around. He finds Musiala, he finds the back of the net, and Germany take the lead midway through the first half. Germany 1, Hungary 0.
First of all, a really good finish from Jamal Musiala, the composure, but Hungary have got themselves to blame. So many opportunities they had to cross it. Musiala gets the ball in the edge of the box. He plays in Gundogan. Gundogan somehow, I think maybe it's a foul, but it's not. He's persistent. He manages to bully Will Orban, and if they clear it, it's opportunity gone. He doesn't. He keeps going. Doesn't do a lot wrong actually looking at it again, but then he had the composure. He finds Musiala, and there's still a lot of traffic between him and the goal. He just lifts it a fraction, and it comes off the defender, off the underside of the bar in. It's a really, really good finish.
However, there is a goal check. VAR is taking a look for a potential foul by Ilkay Gundogan leading up to that goal, and the German fans have just seen that coming up on the screen. Stuart Atwell's part of the VAR team today. He's the assistant VAR in amongst all the Dutch guys who are looking into this, and they're still waiting for a decision. Check over, and the goal is given, and it is 1-0 to Germany. No foul by Gundogan in the build-up, and so Jamal Musiala gets his 4th international goal, and Germany have started as they mean to go on in these championships. Down goes Kerkez as Hungary try and respond, and they won a free kick down the inside left channel. There was a Hungary player booked by Danny Micheli, the referee, as the players move back to the halfway line. A yellow card for dissent. We'll find out who that was for. But meantime, Darren Bent, Hungary have won a free kick here. 1-0 Germany. Really
good play from Kerkez. It's like they gave him the ball and he said, you know what, I'm sick and tired of playing left back. And he just drove direct. He tried to play a little 1-2 with Varga and Antonio Rudiger. I mean, a little bit dirty to be fair. Gets it, he body checks him, and it's quite a bad, quite a nasty foul. I wouldn't say it's an awful foul, it's a bit of a nasty foul. And it's a foul at the end of the day. He goes through, and it's a really good shooting opportunity now for Hungary, who haven't really had the chance, other than that first minute, haven't really had the chance to kind of test Manuel Neuer in the goal.
It was Barnabas Varga that got the yellow card for dissent from the referee. And now the PA announcer can confidently say who scored the goal now that VAR's had a look and pronounced everything okie dokie. Jamal Musiala, midway through the first half. But let's see what Hungary can conjure up from this free kick. And this is where Dominic Szoboszlai will fancy his chances, Darren Bent.
Yeah, he's got great technique. We certainly saw it at the early part of last season for Liverpool before he got the injury. He was hitting some goals from a fair distance. Good technique, good quality, and this is a chance for him.
Rudiger and Kerkez having to wait to come back on because they were both treated on the pitch after that foul on Kerkez. So it's 10 against 10 for the moment, and a free kick for Dominik Szoboszlai, 25 yards out, a little way to the left of centre. There's a 3-man German wall just inside the 18-yard box, and Szoboszlai taking 3 steps back from the ball. Up he comes, right-footed, over the wall, brilliant save by Neuer, turned across the face of goal, and he's managed to keep it out a second time. Magnificent goalkeeping from Manuel Neuer to prevent an equaliser.
That is an unbelievable save, and I was thinking from the distance, it's going to have to be some hit to beat a goalkeeper of that quality from that far out, and Szoboszlai gets it up and down over the wall, and is an unbelievable save. But not only the first save, the rebound as well to get up and get his foot to it. Incredible goalkeeping.
That's why he's still the German number 1. But goalkeepers like Marc-Andre ter Stegen amongst the substitutes who must wonder what he's got to do to get a regular start. And it's saves like that's the answer to that question. Germany have won a free kick meantime, and there's a potential penalty check. There's a yellow card just been administered to Antonio Rudiger, and there's a potential penalty check for something that happened in the German penalty area just now in that build-up. So the VAR team are taking a look at that. The crowd don't know that yet. In fact, they're just seeing the yellow card being issued to Rudiger. Check over, and there is nothing to do further about any incidents in the penalty area. But we're just seeing a replay of Neuer with a 2-handed save. Couldn't hold on to it, but he was so quick to make sure he closed down the space, as I think it was Shalai tried to send the ball back across the face of goal. Rudiger, meantime, takes the free kick, drops for Gundogan at the edge of the area, hit it first time, but it was blocked by Willi Orban just inside the 18-yard line, and Hungary come away with the ball and win a throw-in. 1-0 Germany.
Dangerous territory for Hungary now, because what do? You kind of keep doing what you're doing and think, right, we'll get to half-time, hopefully keep it at 1-0, and then second half we go for it, because you don't want to push too early, too soon, because now Germany have gone 1 up. You know Hungary, they have to win. If they don't win, they're going home, so they have to come out and get a result.
That's Darren Bent alongside me, Ian Danter here at the Stuttgart Arena. Germany have the lead. 27 minutes gone on Talksport at the Euros. And Hungary have the ball on halfway with Adam Nagy. And then Viola is dispossessed. He fouls his man. That's a free kick to Germany on halfway. Incidentally, Musiala's become the first player to score twice at these championships. All been single goal scorers up till now. 34 different scorers at this tournament if you exclude own goals, and I'm sure Antonio Rudiger will be delighted I'm excluding own goals.
He'll be delighted with that. It's an incredible stat that is, though.
So 2 in 2 for Musiala after 2 in his first 29 for Germany.
I do feel a little bit for Hungary, because when you look at the replay of the goal as well, it could be a foul on Will Orban. I know maybe he should be stronger, but still, to push him in the back from there.
And Musiala almost had the ball at his feet at the edge of the area, just couldn't get it under his spell. And the ball's with Milos Kerkez of Hungary. Neat football by the Hungarians to get out to Jalai, and that's a lovely little reverse ball to send Kerkez away down the left-hand side. He's ahead of Andrich, 2 to hit in the area, finds Szoboszlai, takes the drive, and it's deflected over the bar by Tah. Brilliant defending from Jonathan Tah, as Szoboszlai from about 10 yards smacked it goalwards. He has won a quarter for Hungary. 1-0 Germany. What
defending that is, by the way, because Szoboszlai probably thinks he's scored. It's good quality. He's gone back across the goalkeeper, and Jonathan Tah's come from nowhere. I've got a block on it. I don't think Szoboszlai catch it how he'd have liked, but still defended from Jonathan Tah. Incredible.
I think that was on target from Szoboszlai. He has the corner down to our left-hand side. Right-footed in-swinger. Hits the first defender. Comes out to the edge of the box. Bendeguz-Bola drives it back in. And it's cleared away again. Only as far as Nagy. Drifts out to the right-hand side, and then the ball's taken off his toe by the goal scorer Musiala. And then he drops his shoulder to try and get away from him, but in doing so, Musiala actually took the ball out of play. So Hungary have a throw. 1-0 the score. We've played nearly half an hour on Talksport, and despite being behind, Hungary have had 2 really good chances to equalise.
Yeah, I think
both through Dominik Szoboszlai.
Yeah, they'd be happy to free kick and Szoboszlai there, and even the chance in the first 40 seconds as well. They've had opportunities, to be fair. So if you're the Hungary coach, you're thinking to yourself, do you know, if we stay patient, we stay in this game, more opportunities will present themselves.
It's with Viola on the inside right channel, just over the halfway line for Hungary. Now it's knocked across to Martin Dardai. Kerkez on this near side, faced up by Wirtz. Got help from Szoboszlai and goes back into his own half for Dardai, who plays in Germany for Hertha Berlin. Didn't feature in the qualifiers, only made his competitive debut against Switzerland in the first game. Martin Dardai coming on as a sub, making a full start tonight for his 5th cap. Gulacsi, the keeper, who had his part to play in that German goal, not able to collect when he looked favourite to get both hands on the ball. Ball breaks on halfway. Gundogan swiftly in front of Nagy, and now the ball out to the left hand side. Knocked back for Ilkay Gundogan. Now Kroos takes over and just elects to go back to halfway, and the two centre halves, first Tar and now Rudiger, who's got Kimmich calling for it on this near side. Kimmich will give the ball back to the two centre halves, and again that pattern of patience from Germany on the halfway line. Good ball from Kroos to find Musiala out to Mittelstädt, left hand side. He delivers the cross. Kimmich coming in from the back stick, couldn't get the header. It was cleared away by Kerkez, who was on the cover. Back to Rudiger, inside right channel, pretty much everything to his left. Now it's sent out to the right wing, and Wirtz, who gives it back to Rudiger. Rudiger just stepping in field. I thought he was going to try a shot just for a moment, but he leaves it instead for Josh Kimmich. Rudiger again. Tar calling for it just inside, middle of the Hungarian half. Good ball round the corner looking for Kimmich, but again, last-ditch defending from Hungary gets it clear. 1-0 Germany, 31 gone.
Every single time Germany play one of those little cute passes in behind, whether it be on the floor or a little chip pass in behind, Hungary don't know what to do with it. They're 2s and 3s, and that's where the goal comes from. The kind of uncertainty defending that type of little pass, and it caused them problems before. So if you're Germany, you look at that, you have to keep trying it. You have to keep trying to exploit that.
Andrich for Germany. Wirtz lays it off to Rudiger once more. Jonathan Tah plays it back to Kroos. Quickly shifts it left via Mittelstädt out to Musiala. Musiala, left-hand corner of the penalty area. Comes in field, tries to play a 1-2 with Andrich. Gundogan chasing after the ball, but it goes behind for a goal kick. It's 1-0 to Germany. You're listening to Euro Game Day live on Talksport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Scotland, Switzerland, live in Cologne following this commentary. Hugh Woozencroft will be your host. Joe Shedden and Chris Owellamo, your commentary team. And straight after the game, Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara are back on the sports bar. Get your calls in on 03717 22 33 44 after the full-time whistle. Here's Josh Kimmich for Germany, inside his own half, running past his manager Nagelsmann, gets up to the halfway line and then tucks it in field to Gundogan.
Good movement again there from Kai Havertz, just down to Joshua Kimmich. Just keep putting it in there, we'll keep getting opportunities. We can't turn away from that, even though because Germany are winning. I wouldn't say they're comfortable. I think Hungary have shown enough of a threat going forward. They've tested Manuel Neuer a few times, just to kind of maybe up the tempo, maybe 5%, 10%.
Toni Kroos plays a quick ball into Andrich, who gives it back to Kroos. Then he tries to fire it into the feet of Wirtz, who found it too hot to handle. But it's still with the Germans. And Jonathan Tah. Wirtz, oh, lovely skill to get away from Dardai. Plays the ball in field looking for Gundogan, but it was intercepted by Nagy. And now Shalai with another neat turn from him. Gets the ball up to halfway, and then there's a foul on Shalai, who's looked quite neat and tidy for Hungary in this opening half. Some neat touches, and he's won a free kick for his team. 1-0 Germany.
Do you know what? He has shown some really nice touches, but I'd like to see him show these touches in the opposition half. I mean, I know Germany have kept possession so much and they're causing problems, but you want to see Shalai, you want to see Kerkez, them showing really good touches in the opposition half, higher up the pitch, because at the minute, everything they're doing that's positive is on the edge of their own box.
Ronald Shalai, another that plays his club football in Germany, plays with Freiburg, won his 50th cap against the Swiss. Here is Milos Kerkez playing the ball out to the left-hand side. And that's Andras Schaefer who guides it back via Kerkez to the keeper Gulacsi. First time clearance. Varga goes up for a header and wins it ahead of Andrich, but the second ball's picked up by Jonathan Tah and it's all calmed down and sent back to Neuer. Just over 10 to the break on Talksport. 1-0 to Germany. Darren Bent alongside me today.
Yeah, Varga is good in the air. He's shown already this first half that he can win his headers, which is why Antonio Rudiger said to Andrich, Andrich, come here, drop back. I won't challenge him, I'll drop off, because he's shown already. There's been a couple of times I've gone up to Vargas and he's had no right to win the ball, and he's got his body in, he's made it difficult for them. I mean, if you're hungry and as the game progresses, maybe that's a route forward.
Tah just moving through the centre circle with the ball at his feet, squares it to his right for Rudiger for Germany, into the feet of Wirtz, who gives it back to Rudiger on halfway. Plays it backwards of square to Jonathan Tah. That's a progressive pass, though, to find Musiala inside left channel, running towards the edge of the area. Clips it out to the left wing. Mittelstedt, first time cross, looking for Kimmich again at the far post, and it's headed over the bar for a German corner. Once again, Mittelstedt looking for Kimmich, his fellow fullback, and Hungary had to head the ball behind. It's another German corner, and they lead by a goal to nil.
What I like about Mittelstedt is when the ball comes to him, he doesn't have any thought in his mind whatsoever. All I'm going to do is cross the ball. And if you're Kai Havertz or the other wide player in Wirtz, you know it's coming in. Get yourself in there. He's got no other thought process rather than, right, I'm going to get my hood up, I'm going to put the ball in the box with quality. And he's done that 2 or 3 times, and unfortunately no one's got their head on it.
Florian Wirtz is offering a short corner option right along the dead ball line for Toni Kroos, but Kerkez is keeping an eye on that. Meanwhile, the referee has spotted a bit of pushing and shoving inside a packed 6-yard area and is just warning 1 or 2 to behave themselves before Kroos takes this corner kick. Lots of movement in that 6-yard box. In it comes from Kroos, headed out to the edge of the area, volleyed back towards goal by Mittelstedt, but it was dealt with by Hungary at the back. Slightly miscued pass by Musiala, but Neuer helped him out by practically being on the halfway line. And now Wirtz is away, down the German left, up to the left-hand corner of the box, into the feet of Havertz with his back to goal. Lays it all off to Andrich. Now Kimmich clips the ball into the area. Wirtz will pick it up again, lobs it across the face of goal, and it has to be headed behind by Boller for another German corner. They're starting to turn the screw here, the hosts, and they lead 1-0.
Yeah, they're keeping the pressure in the box. Every time there's an opportunity, I mean, Manuel Neuer comes out, he feels it back out to Toni Kroos from that corner, and again they're at the Hungarian back line, and every single time the ball's in and around the box, they're looking to get their head up, they're looking to cross it, they're looking to feed little passes, 1 or 2 touches in and around the box. Hungary have got to stay compact, they've got to stay tight.
Another corner on that far side, right-footed in-swinger from Kroos. Again, the 6-yard box densely populated. In it comes from Kroos, headed out to the edge of the area by Willi Orban. The other number 6, Kimmich, down to the right-hand side, byline, chips it beyond the far post. Boller gets there first. Jonathan Tah retrieves it and prevents the ball going behind for a goal kick. And it's worked infield to Musiala, left-hand corner of the area. Tries to get room for a shot. Lovely quick feet from Jamal Musiala, but he can't get past Willi Orban in the end. Fouls him, and that's a free kick to Hungary. But lovely feet from the former England under-21. Germany 1, Hungary 0 on Talksport.
Lovely feet. Every single time he gets the ball to his feet, Jamal Musiala, he's looking to try and make things happen. He's gone for 2-3 players there as well, and he just maybe run out of steam a little bit, and he ran into Willi Orban, and I think it was a foul. But I think from the Hungarian perspective, every single time they've crossed the ball into the box, they've dealt with it really well. I mean, every single time you think, oh, a German head's going to get on it. No, a Hungarian defender gets a block in or is heading there first. They've defended the crosses that have come in with quality really well.
Musiala, the second youngest player in Euros history to score in each of his first 2 starts in the Euros, and it's a Hungarian player that beats him, Ferenc Bene, who managed 2 in his first 2 at Euro 1964. A little bit before Darren Bent was born.
Just a bit.
It's even a little bit before I was born. Andrich for Germany at 1-0. Finds Florian Wirtz inside left channel. Mittelstedt there for support. In slides Boller and puts it out for a throw. But it's all Germany at the moment. Hungary have not had the ball in the German half for a good 6 or 7 minutes, I would say, Darren Bent.
Yeah, I think they would have expected this as well. You'd expect Germany at home to be able to hold on to the ball, dominate possession. But as you're Hungarian, you've got to just stay tight, stay compact, but you've got to stay disciplined. Because the amount of times you think, right, I'm going to go and try and win the ball back myself, I'm going to try and be the hero, that's when these Germany players are far too good. They play 1 and 2 shots around you and they're out of it. So you've got to stay compact, you've got to stay together.
Mittelstedt, midway point of the Hungarian half, down the left-hand side, plays a 1-2, tries to get to the byline and measure a cross in, but Boller did well for Hungary. And then a loose touch gives the ball back to Mittelstedt. Tries to get a cross in. Guess what? It's a German corner. Came off Boller last of all. Still 1-0 to Germany. And we have just over 5 minutes to the break on Talksport.
Do you know what the problem is, Dan? Is that the Hungarians are working so hard to win the ball back You've got Varga dropping in to try and help the midfield. That when they do eventually win the ball back, there's no outlet, there's no pass. So you're going to have to be a bit brave if you're Varga and the manager and say, stay high. We need a target to hit when we get possession of the ball.
Sixth corner of the half for Germany. Kroos is there again on the far side. Once again, Wirtz is just in front of him on the dead ball line if he wants the short corner option. Kerkez watching that. Again, lows in the 6-yard box. Kroos sends it in. Oh, and it's flicked wide inadvertently for another corner. Hungarian head went up. It was Barnabas Varga on the 6-yard line who looked horrifically towards his own goal, thinking he might have scored an OG. Instead, it's the 7th corner for Germany, 1-0.
I mean, he gets up really well, but do you know what it is? It's a little nudge from Jonathan Tah, I think it is, and that's what puts him off, because he thinks he's about to head it away, and that little bit of pressure from Jonathan Tah makes him adjust his body position, and that's why it ends up going towards his own goal.
So Kroos has come across to this near side now, the German right. This will be an out-swinging corner, so the 6-yard box is nowhere near as packed as for the last couple of corners that Germany have had. In it comes from Kroos, into the near post. Havertz was there, but it was headed clear. Only as far as Musiala, the goal scorer, who's caught by Salai, but the referee says play on because Wirtz is coming forward, tries a drive from 25 yards out to the right-hand side, and Dig went well over the top. Goal kick to Hungary. 4 minutes of normal time left in this first half. 1-0 Germany. Darren Bent.
Wrong option there from Wirtz. I mean, he's done well this first half, but he tried to shoot from an angle that's not on.
Oh, and Hungary just give the ball away, trying to pass out from the back, but Germany end up going back to the edge of the centre circle to try and set play up with Andrik. Into the feet of Wirtz with his socks rolled down Grealish style towards the ankles. Gundogan, the captain, clips the ball back to Rudiger on halfway. Kroos next to him, getting his head up. Lovely run from Kimmich in the inside right channel, but not used by Kroos that time. Instead, he's found Wirtz on the left-hand side, fires the ball into the feet of Gundogan at the edge of the area. Too hot to handle for İlkay Gundogan, but Hungary cleared the ball straight to a German shirt. And here is Wirtz again, out to the left wing. Maybe another first-time cross from Mittelstädt. It is, but nobody at the far post this time, although it drifts outside the area, and Musiala keeps possession alive for Germany. Kroos rolling it up to the edge of the box. Hungary desperately getting the foot in to get the ball clear. They're really sitting in. Get the feeling they just want to get in at 1-0 at half-time, Darren Bent.
I can't believe it. Tony Kroos gave the ball away. Honestly, I can't believe it. I've watched this first half, silky passing, keeping possession, and that one he just tried to fire into Gundogan's feet, he mispassed it. He is human.
Here he is again, on halfway. Completes that pass well enough into the feet of Gundogan. You've got me thinking now, I'm just going to do that for the rest of the game. Here is Florian Wirtz teasing the ball out to the left wing, and Max Mittelstädt.
It honestly is a beautiful thing to watch, and I think what I like about it is the respect of his teammates. Every single time someone gets the ball anywhere near him, they have to give him the ball. They have to pass him the ball, because he just sees pictures that other players don't see.
And you, presumably as a striker, would love to make runs and give him the option.
Absolutely. I mean, he's not, and that's what I like about him. Some midfielders care about the stats. He's 5 yards forwards and backwards, sidewards. But every single time he gets it, the first thing he's looking for is where can I pass the ball forward. And as an attacking player, that's all he can ask for.
Gundogan in possession for Germany. Have got Hungary hemmed in their own half, and have done for the last 6 or 7 minutes here at the Stuttgart Arena. Kroos again. Just slides the ball to his immediate right, and Rudiger. Little back heel chop from Rudiger infield for Musiala. Kroos again takes over. Little touch from Wirtz to knock it down for Andrich. They're just playing the ball around the Hungarians at the moment. Having some fun out there, the Germans. Now Wirtz turns and looks to goal. Finds Musiala! Brilliant! Oh, it's gone into the side netting. I thought that was 2-0. And in my defence, about 30,000 other people thought the same as well, but it hit the side netting, and it's merely a corner because it took a deflection on its way. It's still only 1-0 to Germany.
Do you know what? It's Will Orban, I think, who gets his toe to it, because I mean, I'm not even sure it takes a deflection. I think he's got away with that one. I think he's put it wide. But really good play again from Germany. Possession, keeping it really, really compact. Possession was quite slow, but when they needed to speed it up, they did it and created an opportunity.
So it is a corner. Kroos with it into the near post. It's much better defended this time by Hungary, and it's knocked back by Kimmich back to his goalkeeper Neuer. And we've got 30 seconds of normal time to go, plus whatever our Dutch referee wants to add on for stoppages. Here's Gundogan finding Andrić in the centre circle. Plays a short pass into Musiala. Kroos again. Receives a pass from a teammate. Plays a 1-2 with Havertz. Now Musiala brings a difficult ball under control well. Inside left channel, out to the left-hand side. Another first-time cross from Mittelstedt. He's hit about 4 or 5 of those. And again, this one's overhit. And goes out of play on this near side for a throw as we go into 2 minutes of minimum stoppage time at the end of this first half on Talksport. 1-0 Germany.
Mittelstedt, he has put in about 3 or 4 unbelievable crosses, and he's got every right. He's moaning at Gundogan, he's moaning at Havertz, and to be fair, Havertz is always in there, but he's moaning at Ferenc Wirtz. Get in the box. Every single time I've got the ball, I put the ball into the box with quality, and no one's got the head on it, so I can understand his frustration.
But the frustration on the Hungarian bench has led to one of the coaching staff getting a yellow card from the referee. Meantime, Varga comes forward. The first time we've seen Hungary inside the German half for quite some time. Being held up and actually being fouled by Kimmich, says the referee. Tight to this near touchline. So it'll be a free kick to Hungary. Midway point of the German half, but just a yard or so in from this near touchline, right in front of Julian Nagelsmann, who once again is prowling his technical area, not looking particularly HP, despite the fact that Germany are 1-0 up.
Yeah, I think he bought that foul, to be fair, and fair play to him, Varga. He's done really well. He's fed off scraps, really, but he got his body in and just allowed Kimmich to drag him down a little bit. I didn't think it was a foul, but he's got it, and at least now, just before half-time, it gives him the opportunity to have an attempt on goal.
Germany holding their line at the edge of the 18-yard box. Szoboszlai swings the free kick in. It's flicked on, and it's in! But the flag goes up to deny the equaliser from Szoboszlai. The initial header from Vargas was brilliantly saved by Neuer. Szoboszlai tucked it home. They will check to make sure it is offside in the VAR tape, but the flag went up immediately from the assistant on that far side, and there do look to be players offside from the initial kick from Szoboszlai. But again, brilliant goalkeeping from Neuer, who wasn't to know. 1-0 Germany.
I think they were all offside from the initial free kick from Dominik Szoboszlai, and it was an unbelievable cross as well. The quality that he's got to put it in the box, and they reacted really well, but again, that's Germany being brave, keeping that high line.
So another little warning for Germany. They've had 1 or 2, and they've been reliant on the brilliance of their vastly experienced goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer, 38 years young, to keep them in front. And now Wirtz driving towards the edge of the area, tries to find Kai Havertz, who just couldn't take the ball with him. 30 seconds of minimum stoppage time left. 1-0 to Germany. Here is Florian Wirtz once more. Lays it back to Jonathan Tah, and the referee says that'll do it for a first half of football where Germany are looking for 6 points from 6 that will see them through one way or another to the round of 16, even if they only end up with a best third place finish, but that looks highly unlikely. They've had plenty of chances to extend the 1-goal lead they've got. Hungary made a mess of things at the back midway through the half. Gundogan managed to toe poke the ball back to Jamal Musiala 6 yards out, who fired the ball into the roof of the net. But Dominik Szoboszlai has been the danger man at the other end for Hungary. He's had a shot brilliantly blocked on its way to goal by Jonathan Tah. A free kick spectacularly kept out by Manuel Neuer. And Neuer again denying a Szoboszlai free kick headed towards goal by Vargas right at the end of the half. But the flag rightly went up as 2 Hungarian players were in an offside position. But it is still only that 1-goal advantage that the hosts have at the break. Hungary have really got to go for it, or their tournament could be over. At half-time in Stuttgart, Germany 1, Hungary 0.
Ian and Darren, thank you for now. Although we'll have a little chat about that first half with you both, if that is okay. I mean, that 1 goal is the difference between the two sides, and really, barring possession, which we would expected Germany to have bossed that one as they have done in this first half, there's not that much in between these two sides when it comes to attempts and shots, etc. in this game. Let's get to that goal, Darren, because there's a bit of controversy over it, in particular with İlkay Gundogan and that foul on Willi Orban, or was it a foul? VAR looked at it, they checked it, they felt they were happy with it. What did you think? Was he unlucky, Orban, to maybe not have that goal chalked off?
Yeah, I think so, because the amount of times we see that type of situation happen in normal play in the middle of the pitch, and the referee always gives a foul. But in that situation there, I mean, Yes, could he have been stronger and stayed on his feet? Probably. But was there a shove in the back? Yeah, there was quite clearly. So I am surprised that the VAR have allowed that, if I'm honest. I mean, I don't like seeing defenders go down too easily. But in that situation there, I just think if that had been the other way around, happening to Hungary, I don't think Hungary get the goal.
Yeah. There's one replay that I saw that maybe they were looking at and thought that Orban runs into Gundogan and kind of forces that foul in a sense. But yeah, I can see why some people might think that goal should have been disallowed. That being said, Jamal Musiala, we spoke a little bit about him and the youngsters in that German side. Every time, Darren, he gets on the ball, there is just this anticipation that he's going to do something positive with it.
When he's in the stadium, every time he gets it, everyone's off of their seats because, as you said there, he has got great quality, great attributes. I mean, he started off the game a little bit slow, but the moment they started to give him a little bit more possession and he was picking up positions where he wasn't getting marked, every single time he turned and he ran at the Hungarian backline, they didn't know what to do with him. He's going past 2-3, he's playing little 1-2s with Kai Havertz as well, Ilkay Gundogan, and he's been probably their best player in the final third in that first half. He's the one that you think, if they can get him the ball as often as possible, this game could be out of sight. But if you're hungry, you're happy that it's only 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Germany then, and you rightly say, Musiala seems to be the outlet at the moment that they're aiming for. Kai Havertz, we spoke a lot about him pre-match as well. Has he really been in the game?
Do you know what he has? And there's been times where he had the opportunity where he forced a really good save from Golaski. Really good save. He ran in behind and he got a shot off and he used his body really well. But just, I'd say the last 15 minutes they've stopped playing to his strength, because what they were doing was getting the ball, just dropping it in behind. Kai Havertz was running behind and he was causing them so many problems. But for whatever reason they've stopped doing that. But I still think he's doing okay. He's still getting hold of the ball. He's still trying to make things happen. But it just may be the last 15-20 minutes that hasn't had the opportunities that he probably would have liked.
Yeah, maybe not as effective in the latter part of that first half. Up the other end, we've got to give credit to Manuel Neuer and that double save. That Dominic Szoboszlai free kick first of all, then that was an outstretched palm to put it down, and then there was the Hungarian player that got to it first and he had to use his feet to save it, all within a very short space of time. Terrific save from Manuel Neuer to keep them 1-0 up in the game.
Yeah, they were. And I mean, where the free kick was as well, that Szoboszlai hit, I was thinking to beat a goalkeeper of that quality, it's going to have to be some hit. There are just some goalkeepers out there that you think, well, if you're going to shoot from there, you're never going to beat him. And Manuel Neuer, for me, that fits into that bracket. And the first save was outstanding, but as you said there, the reflexes to kind of half get up and stick his leg out to stop the ball going across his box, and then I think the attacker would have had a tap in. He managed to know his surroundings, get his foot out. He has been fantastic, and that started from the first 40 seconds when they caused Germany problems, and he made a big save there as well.
Yeah. Germany then have Manuel Neuer to thank for keeping Hungary out in this first half. Darren, for now, thank you very much. It is then Germany who are 45 minutes away from reaching the knockout stage of this European Championships. They lead 1-0, and let's bring you the halftime highlights with Carling.
Half-time highlights on Talksport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
So any doubts German fans had about Die Mannschaft going into these championships as host? Well, they appear to have been swept away. But opponents Hungary will not be in charitable mood. Played through by Musiala, trying to get Gundogan away, and he's won it back as Hungary lose possession. Surely Musiala, he scored! Terrible mess at the back by Hungary, who couldn't get it clear.
Hungary have got themselves to blame. If they clear it, it's opportunity gone.
Szoboszlai taking 3 steps back from the ball. Up he comes, right-footed, over the wall, brilliant save by Neuer, turned across the face of goal, and he's managed to keep it out a second time. Magnificent goalkeeping from Manuel Neuer.
Lovely feet. Every single time he gets the ball to his feet, Jamal Musiala, he's looking to try and make things happen.
Szoboszlai swings the free kick in, it's flicked on, and it's in! But the flag goes up to deny the equaliser from Szoboszlai at half-time in Stuttgart. Germany 1, Hungary 0.
Yeah, so the ball did go in the back of the net for Hungary, but it was disallowed for offside in the end. So 1-0 it is to Germany. They lead at the break. That was your halftime highlights. Thanks to Carling. It's 18 and over. Please drink responsibly.
Half-time highlights on Talksport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by Talksport with Burger King. What's better than a last-minute winner? A crispy chicken royale delivered straight to your door.
Settle down for a night of crime. Witness a heist. Follow a car chase. Eat too much popcorn. Meet a mafia boss. Join in on a bank robbery. Think about making a cup of tea. be too comfortable to get up. For less.
Selected IKEA sofas are now at a new lower price, along with thousands of other products. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every Scotland game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app, only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builders of 3+ selections of 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+, begambleaware.org.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. On the beach, on the beach, on the beach.
Booking geniuses, save your summer. Get a wiggle on and book yourself a bargain with On the Beach. Big budget or small, we've got a mega holiday for all. Should have been a rapper. On the Beach. Book like a genius, holiday like a fool.
ATO protected.
On the beach.
Here she is, the 3-time world champion. What has she got in store for us today? Things are starting to heat up. Here she goes.
Triple builders, double stir. I don't believe it. And a chocolate digestive to finish it off. A thing of beauty. You have to say, the judges are gonna love this one.
British Gas, powering home fans during this summer of sport.
Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely wild here. How on earth do you sum up your emotions right now?
Amazing. A hat-trick is just the best feeling ever.
Is it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of the net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction, like finishing the last bite of a Gourmet King's barbecue steakhouse Angus.
No.
Correct. Burger King. That's food fulfillment.
Well, you can see why people are talking about Asda, can't you?
Of course, on paper, Asda have a great lineup with 2 for £20 on packs of beer like Peroni. Then there's party wear from £1, the midfield trio of bunting, face paint and flags.
And don't forget the dependable 2 for £7 on Coke 8-packs could be the difference maker. What a lineup!
Get match ready at Asda with beer and decorations on offer until the 14th of July. Asda. That's more like it. Selected stores online subject to availability. Beer packs 10 times 330ml each. Not available in Scotland. Coke 330ml, £4.25 each. May exclude express in small stores. See asda.com/small stores.
This Euros, The Sun is bringing you all the gossip, goals and giants of the game. Get insights and analysis from Harry, should have been England manager, Redknapp, Jack, the maestro, Wilshere, Gordon, no nonsense, Strachan, and Jurgen, the winner, Klinsmann. You won't want to miss it. Don't miss out. Only in The Sun.
Euro Game Day Live on Talksport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18+, always drink responsibly.
Talksport. Every sub, every send-off, every sublime set piece.
Official broadcast partner of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Euro Game Day Live
on Talksport.
I like it.
You're listening to Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport as we bring you live commentary of Germany versus Hungary with me, Natalie Sawyer. The hosts 1-0 up, 45 minutes away from booking their place in the knockout stages. Let's then bring you the latest thanks to William Hill.
In the Zone on TalkSport with William Hill. Prepare for greatness with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
All right, there are a few interesting odds to bring you with Hungary trailing then at half-time. William Hill are offering you a chance for them to back Hungary to come back and win this game. That is at 25-1 now. What about the draw? Well, Hungary have had a few chances, isn't it? That's the best price, 7s currently. And in the next goal scorer market, Kai Havertz is at 9-2. So those are your offerings from William Hill. Terms and conditions apply. It's 18 and over. BeGambleAware.org.
In the Zone on TalkSport with William Hill. Prepare for greatness with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
All right, following us here on TalkSport, it will be all eyes on Cologne as Scotland look to pick up their first win of this European Championships as they take on Switzerland. And the Scotland boss Steve Clarke has been speaking to TalkSport ahead of the game. He said it's one of the biggest nights he's ever faced in his career.
I think I've always said before, that's for the end of my career. I'll decide when I'm finished whether it's the biggest game or the biggest game ever in my career. So it's not really a question that I've ever answered before, and I'm not going to start now. Yeah, big challenge. Good team. They have a lot of good players, very strong through the spine of the team, defend well, don't give too much away, and good pace up front, so we expect a difficult night.
He expects a difficult night. Let's get the thoughts of former England striker Darren Bent then on this game between Scotland and Switzerland. And if you go back to Friday night in that mauling by Germany on Scotland, that 5-1 victory, it did sort of feel as though it was rabbit in headlights for Scotland, Darren.
Yeah, it did. The way they came out the traps as well, it was almost like they were just hoping not to get smashed, is the way I felt like it was. They didn't really go out, they didn't really believe that they could beat Germany in that opening game, and that's the way it played out. I mean, it was almost, I did feel sorry for them, because it almost feels like they've given everything to be at this major tournament, and rightly so, that's what you've got to do. But now they're here, it's almost like, like we're here now, so the job starts now. Now you're here now. You've got to put the effort in, and I'm not questioning the effort or the attitude of the Scottish players, but that first performance against Germany was poor, was embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, it's the captain Andy Robertson's spoken about a fear that was within some of those players in that game, and he's spoken about the difference between the qualifiers and now the actual tournament proper, saying in the qualifiers we were full of belief and trust, and yet when it came to this game on Friday we played with fear, and that's something they're going to have to get over very quickly when they take on Switzerland tonight.
Absolutely, because it was 5 now and it could have been 10, and that's the reality of it. It could have been 10, and it's just simply not good enough. But playing against Switzerland as well, they're a good side. We watched them against Hungary. They've got good players in that team, and if they're not at it again, if their mentality's not right and their discipline's not right in terms of this game, they'll get beat again quite comfortably.
Well, the Hungarian team are making their way out onto the pitch at Stuttgart then for the second half of this game as they trail 1-0 to the hosts Germany. The manager, Marco Rossi, would have expected a response from his side following that defeat to Switzerland. He certainly got it, although they aren't yet on the score sheet. Can they get on the score sheet in this second half then as they take on Germany? Let's hand you back to your commentators for the second half of this one. It is Darren Bent, who is alongside Ian Danter.
Thanks, Natalie. Yeah, Hungary are out, no sign of Germany yet. In fact, all the Hungarian substitutes have been out warming up in the interval. No sign of any German substitutes either. They've all been locked in with Julian Nagelsmann. No immediate sign of any outfield player changes for Hungary. I think that's the 10 players outfield, Darren, that completed the first half. That first half performance that we saw, if we're talking about Hungary for a moment, that was a better first half than they showed against Switzerland, even though they're behind.
Yeah, and they have to be disciplined. We mentioned that word a lot, discipline, because they know full well if they'd have gone gun-ho and opened up, this Germany team would have cut them apart. But yeah, at least they've gone in at half-time. They're only 1-0 down, so the game is still there. They can still salvage something from them. And the positive they have to take from that first half is that they created chances. If it wasn't for Manuel Neuer pulling off 3 spectacular saves, they score a goal from that. So you've got to keep believing and keep trying to make them opportunities count.
Germany had 20 shots against Scotland on opening night. They've had 8 so far, 3 on target. And when they've won their opening 2 group stage games that are Euros, they tend to go on and win the whole darn thing, Germany. In 1972 and 80 and Euro 96 at Wembley against the Czech Republic, having won their opening 2 group stage games, they ended up lifting the trophy. The only time they failed to do that was at Euro 2012. And the German players, they are on their way. The tunnel here at Stuttgart, it's huge. It's like a tunnel that goes under the Alps. But they are finally emerging to come out onto the pitch in their chain strip today of the graded pink into dark blue. Hungary in all white with a bit of red and green trim to match their flag, and it would appear that neither manager has made a change at the break. So Hungary will get us underway, kicking from left to right as we look towards their supporters in the Untertürkheimer curve away to our right. So it'll be Gulazzi in goal, Fiola, Orban and Dardai, 3 centre-halves, Bolla, Naj, Schäfer and Kerkers in midfield, Salai and Szoboszlai in behind Varga up front. For Germany, who lead by a goal to 0, if you're just tuning into Talksport ahead of the second half getting underway. Neuer the keeper, Kimmich, Rudiger, Tar and Mittelstädt the back 4, Andrik and Kroos holding, Musiala, Gundogan and Wirtz in behind Havertz. And we are underway, and Germany have conceded possession, but Hungary can't do anything with it, and the ball breaks for Havertz over on the far side of the field, hooks it in field for Musiala, who's making long strides down the right hand side. He's only got Wirtz up with him. into the area, pulls it back to the edge of the box, looking for Havertz, but that was intercepted by Nagy, and Hungary clear their lines. Nagy again, poor touch from him, intercepted by Andrić. And then Kroos finds his captain Gundogan, sends it out to the left-hand side for Maximilian Mittelstädt, who had a lot of first-time crosses on the run in that first half. This time he lays it back infield to Wirtz. Gundogan with his back to goal 25 yards out, clips it away to the right-hand side, and Josh Kimmich. Now Rudiger steps forward, drives the ball goalwards, and it's forced over the crossbar by Willi Orban. Rudiger just strode forward and tried to larrup it towards goal, from the sort of area that where Josimar once scored past Pat Jennings for Brazil against Northern Ireland at a World Cup. Corner to Germany, and they lead 1-0. Darren Bent.
I quite like what he did there, Antonio Rudiger. He's put it into an area as if to say to Kai Havertz, this is where I want you to be, make sure you're on the end of it. And it wasn't like a cross, it was almost like a hard slapped pass into an area. It wasn't there, but it was a good play.
In swinging corner from Toni Kroos, right under the crossbar, headed out of the goalkeeper's hands by his own centre half, and then there's a push by a German player. I think it was Havertz who was the offender, and so it's a free kick to Hungary. And Havertz is told to back away by the Dutch referee Danny McKaylee so that he doesn't get a yellow card for dissent. So Tah and Andrić have been booked so far for Germany, and Varga was booked for dissent after that German goal scored midway through the first half by Musiala. Gulacsi with the free kick for Hungary, the goalkeeper, just shy of his own 18-yard line. Drills it out to the inside right channel, like a shove, did it, on Varga. He wanted a foul. Referee saw it and gave nothing. Instead it's knocked down by Mittelstädt. Then he hooks the ball high into the Stuttgart evening sky. Dardai is caught by Havertz, and a free kick to Hungary just by the centre circle. And for Marco Rossi, who's won 33 of his 65 games as Hungary national team manager, got them to the A-League of the Nations League. No mean feat, really. He's got a lot to ponder at the moment, but Hungary coming forward now. Szoboszlai lays it off to midfield for Schaefer. Kirke is making a stride down the left-hand side. First touch is awkward, but he's won a corner of Kimmich nonetheless in front of those passionate Hungary fans away to our right-hand side. 1-0 the score to Germany.
Yeah, really good play there from Shalai, rolling the ball down for Kirkesh. I just think he overhit the pass. If he'd have left it in that space, he could have come onto it and hit it first time, but he had to take a touch. But listen, he's done well to get the corner.
Szoboszlai with the resulting corner, chips it into the near post. It's flicked away by Tah, away to this near side, the right, two players herring after it, and it will be allowed to run out of play for a throw. In fact, it's been given Germany's way because Boller thought it was a Hungary throw, let it roll out of play, and then the referee promptly gave the throw to the hosts.
I never understand that. Why the referee and the linesman, that they're right there. Clearly, if he can keep it in, he would have kept it in if he knew that it was a Germany throw. So I always think sometimes you've got to feed off the players. If he's going to let it go out, clearly it's a Hungarian throw-on.
So Germany have the throw with Mittelstädt, level with his own penalty area on this near side. Looks for Havertz down the line. He couldn't win the header. Ball pinballs around the inside left channel, given away by Germany. Szoboszlai trying to get onto the loose ball. Kirkes now joining in, left hand corner of the box, faced up by Kimmich. Two waiting for a cross. Szoboszlai's now dropped off, and Kirkes intelligently gives the ball back to the Liverpool man. Into the feet of Schaefer, tries to run through a couple of challenges, goes to ground, and then he actually catches Andrić and concedes a free kick. But there are just signs at the start of the second half on Talksport that Hungary have had a bit of flea in their ear from their manager, and they're going about their business with a bit more tempo, Darren Bent.
Yeah, they are, and I like what he's doing there, Marco Rossi, the manager. I really like it because he's screaming to his players there, go forward, go and press, don't back off now, we've got to go and get a goal. And he's screaming, pointing to his team, press, go and press in their half. I can understand that because they need a goal. They need to get back into this game at some point. I know you can't be overzealous and start throwing men forward, but you've got to cause Germany a problem. Don't let them have it their own way.
We played 5 minutes of the second half on Talksport. Germany 1, Hungary 0 at Euro 2024. The other game in this group is live straight after us. We'll be off to Cologne with Hugh Wozencroft, Joe Shannon and Chris Iwelumo. Scotland against Switzerland. Live and kick by kick with us on Talksport. And then Jamie and Jason will take your calls on the sports bar after all of today's action. Kai Havertz Has he won a corner? No, he hasn't. He thought he had. Certainly the supporters behind that goal away to our left and the Cannstatter curve thought it was a German corner, but not so.
There's that run again, though. Kai Havertz just peeling into that kind of left-hand channel over that far side, and Antonio Rudiger looking at it and seeing what he's doing and put a bit too much air on it, but the run was right, the pass was right. It was just the execution of the pass that was wrong.
Short goal kick given to goalkeeper Galazzi, plays it out left, and it's going to be hit downfield by Schaefer, who actually leaves it for Dardai. Little fight ball just over the halfway line between Salai and Rudiger. Rudiger won that, and Kroos just calmly turns the ball back to Jonathan Tah, midway point of his own half. Andrik turns inside his own half of the field and plays it out to the right-hand side via Wirtz to Kimmich. Back it goes to Florian Wirtz on halfway. Another player who's had a fantastic season with Leverkusen, Florian Wirtz. Won the Euros under 21s as a German player. And winning his 20th cap tonight, I should say. Out to the right-hand side. Germany have it again. Level with the edge of the area. Wirtz picks up the ball down the right-hand side of the box, but then gives it back to Kimmich. Infield it goes to Rudiger. Again, in that inside right channel. Clips the cross in. Headed out by Fiori. And Fiola finds Schaefer. Schaefer nutmegs his man and will bring the ball up to halfway and release Varga, who keeps the ball in play left-hand side. Nicks the ball in field. Good touch from Salai. Then Soboslai finds Schaefer again, who's got to the edge of the area, but Jonathan Tah gets himself between man and ball and wins it back for Germany, 1-0.
Just run out of space. Everything up until that last point was really, really good, but it just maybe one pass too many, and then the opportunity was gone.
Havertz down the right-hand side for Germany, at the right-hand corner of the box, infield to Josh Kimmich, who was urged to shoot. You could hear around us just for a moment by those of a German persuasion inside the Stuttgart arena. Plenty of those. Out to the right-hand side it goes again for Florian Wirtz. Level with the Hungarian penalty area. Now he has to go back 15 yards or so for Rudiger. Germany switch play from right to the near side to us, the left, with Germany attacking the Cannstatter curve away to our left in this second half, where the most vociferous Stuttgart home support normally resides.
This is the problem for Hungary, man. This is the problem they're going to face, is that Germany are keeping possession, it's all nice and stuff, they speed it up. When they win the ball back, Hungary, there's no outlet, there's no one up there, so the ball will just keep coming back.
Havertz just inside the area, just loses out for a moment as Willi Orban steps in front of him. He clears. Now will this stick for Hungary this time? Down the left hand side, it's a desperate clearance in the end from Dardai, and nobody up on halfway for Hungary. Soboslai trying to close down Mittelstedt, and he calmly rolls it back to his keeper Neuer, and Darren Bent shakes his head. And
that's why you've got to be brave. If you're Hungary, it looks like Shalai's playing more further forward now than Varga. One of them has to stay up there and give them an outlet, because Germany are too good. You keep giving them opportunities, they'll keep trying to create opportunities. When you win the ball back, Hungary, there's got to be a pass on. Even if you just lend it down the channel and he challenges and they get a throw on and it takes him up the pitch.
Florian Wirtz sends it out to Kimmich on the right wing. Wirtz gets it back by the right-hand corner of the area. Infield it goes to Tah. Across to Mittelstedt on this near side, but he's quite infield, level with the edge of the penalty area. Rudiger thinks about sending a cross in for the right, but leaves it for Kimmich. Lovely ball, slid down the right-hand side of the box, picked up by Gundogan. Twists and turns, fires the ball into the near post, pushed out by the keeper. Kroos on the follow-up, another brilliant save, and then he'll actually held on to the ball when he needed to, but Toni Kroos let fly from a good 30 yards out. Fearsome hit, but dealt with by Hungary at the back. 1-0 Germany.
Really intelligent run.
They've won it back again, Germany. Musiala flicks it infield to Gundogan. Across to the edge of the D. Wirtz plays it through, looking for Havertz, and then Havertz clips his man, and that's going to be a free kick to Hungary. But they look nervous at the back, Hungary. Whenever Germany get in and around the penalty area, they look like they've taken leave of their senses. 1-0 to Germany on Talksport. Nearly 10 minutes gone in the second half. We're at the Euros. We're all over it. Every single game live and kick by kick. England tomorrow against Denmark. Don't forget, before that, Slovenia against Serbia on Talksport 2. Kev Hatchard and Tash Dowie, your commentary team there. Then it's England-Denmark, 5 p.m. in Leipzig with Adrian, along with Jim Proudfoot, Stuart Pearce, Faye Carruthers, and the team for the very best coverage of that game. And then we'll bring you Spain against Italy. What game that promises to be in Gelsenkirchen, 8 o'clock on Talksport, and then all the reaction on the phones. Hungary coming forward down the left-hand side of the area. Kerkez ran into Tar, and then a poor touch from Schaefer. Just couldn't keep the ball in play. 10 minutes gone in the second half. The score is still 1-0 to Germany. And there may well be changes afoot on the German bench. Certainly players are getting stripped and ready down beneath us. It may well be. Just looking to see who it is down there. It could be Nicholas Füllkrug is getting on, who scored that thunderous effort against Scotland on opening night. Anyway, meantime, Rudiger finding a lovely ball for Kai Havertz down the right-hand side of the area. Tried to pull it back across the face of goal unselfishly for Gundogan. Intercepted, though, by Dardai. It's going to come back Germany's way. Wirtz this time will knock it back in field for Jonathan Tah. Tah up to the edge of the area. Wirtz with a touch across the 18-yard line, but gave it straight to the fullback, and it's sent down the line by Boller, looking for Szoboszlai, and across comes Jonathan Tah. No nonsense challenge from the Leverkusen man, but it is a Hungarian throw. And here comes Nicholas Füllkrug making his way to the touchline, and I'm assuming Nagelsmann will want to make this change before Hungary take the throw on this near side. And indeed the assistant is about to hold up the board, and the player coming off is going to be Florian Wirtz. So that means Havertz, I assume, Darren Bent, will drop into a midfield position. Leroy Sané also coming on as a double change, but Wirtz off, Füllkrug on. Your thoughts on that, Darren Bent?
Yeah, it makes sense. I think Wirtz, he's been good, but he's kind of been on the edge of the game, hasn't really got involved as much as he would have liked, certainly like he was against Scotland. And I just think maybe you need a bit more of a vocal point, and I think the Füllkrug coming on, I mean, we know he brings.
Havertz is coming off, and he's the one that's making way for Leroy Sané, once of Manchester City. So Sané will go into that left-sided midfield role. Füllkrug will go up top. So it's Nagelsmann that shuffles the pack first. How quickly will Marco Rossi respond after that double change for Germany? Throw-in taken by Hungary into the area. Headed clear by Toni Kroos, only as far as Szoboszlai. Volleys it across the face of goal. Inadvertently almost into the path of Salai, but it's out of play for a German goal kick. You are listening to Euro Game Day live on Talksport, presented by Carling, UK's #1 lager, 18 plus. Please drink responsibly. Ian Danter and Darren Bent, former England striker, with you on Talksport at the Stuttgart Arena. We're approaching the hour mark, and the score is the same as it was from the 22nd minute onwards, when Jamal Musiala fired Germany into a 1-goal lead.
There's a bit of a different type of problem with Sané on that side, because one thing we know that he can do is run that kind of pace, and with Nicholas Füllkrug as well, more physical presence maybe than Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz I thought his movement was really good. They weren't just giving him the service, but I think with Nicholas Füllkrug now, get his body in, it'll be hard, big target man, and obviously we know he can score a goal.
Musiala looks to fire the ball into the area, take a deflection off Adam Nash, and actually made the claim easier for the goalkeeper Gulazzi, and he will roll the ball out just to his left-hand side for Dardai, and the centre-half hits a long raking ball downfield. Lovely first touch from Roland Salai down the left-hand side, brought it down like he had carpet slippers on. Cross to Vargas, heads over the bar, big chance for a Hungarian equaliser, and Vargas, who scored against Switzerland, couldn't oblige. Cross was on a plate for him, but he headed it over. 1-0 Germany.
Incredible, but he gets up maybe a fraction too early and does everything right. Other than hit the target and score, the ball comes in from that left-hand side. He directs it back where it comes from. He gets up. Antonio Rudiger can get nowhere near it. Jonathan Tah's caught him out in possession, and it's a really good header, but maybe it's a fraction too high. He tries to put it back where it comes from and just gets too much on it.
Another moment for Hungary at these championships, but they can't convert and they stay a goal down. Here's Rudiger for Germany, just over the halfway line to the right of the centre circle. Flicks it out for Kimmich to his immediate right. Kimmich comes forward for about 10 yards, chips the ball into the area, but it's over the head of Füllkrug and bounces once and through to the Hungarian goalkeeper Gulacsi. Still waiting for Hungary to make changes. There are lots of substitutes for Hungary down the right-hand side from us, who are all looking at the bench as if to say, is he going to pick me? Is he going to pick me? Is he going to pick me? Ball's out of play meantime for a Hungarian throw on this near side. Do you deliberately try and catch the eye. If you're on the bench, I know it wasn't very often, Darren Bent, but when you're on the
more than you think.
But you're trying to catch the eye of the manager and doing all that sort of hello, waving at him.
Yeah, well, also you almost just want to let him know that you're ready. I mean, I never understood the guys that just sat on the bench all of the second half, and then when they say go and warm up, you go and warm up. But those guys there that are out there, they're showing the manager, listen, I'm ready to go. If you make the substitution now, I've been doing my sprints, I've been doing my stretches, I am ready to go.
There's still no changes made as yet by Hungary. Germany 1-0 up and coming forward down the left-hand side with Jamal Musiala, the goal scorer. Hits the ball against Naj. Half-hearted claims for a penalty, waved away almost sarcastically by the referee. And Germany have it again, right-hand side with Josh Kimmich, who made his debut for Germany just before Euro 2016 and ended up taking a penalty in a shootout against Italy. He was trusted that much, that quickly as a German international. Musiala making room for a shot from 25 yards out, but couldn't wrap his right foot round it enough, and it went well wide in the end for Hungarian goal kick. 1-0 Germany on Talksport.
Yeah, really good play from Jamal Musiala, getting into that pocket of space in between the box and the last line of midfield for the Hungarian team. But he gets it and he just shifts his body. You know exactly what he's going to do. He's one of those players where he wants to shift to that right to get the shot off, and you know he's going to do it, and you do everything you can to stop him, but you can't. His quality is just that much. Little body swerve, little body shake, and he's past you.
Hungary had the ball in their own defensive third, but Schaefer forced to give the ball back to his goalkeeper. Now Willy Orban gives the ball back out to Schaefer on the left-hand side. Infield it goes to Milos Kerkez. Germany with a good press here, closing down the space. Hungary finding it difficult to play around them. 62 minutes gone at the Stuttgart Arena here in southern Germany. 1-0 to Germany, and they've just conceded a free kick pushed by Jonathan Tah on Vargas, who's just had that terrific chance to draw Hungary level. And the set piece is taken too quickly for the referee's liking by Dominik Szoboszlai. Maybe the ball was moving. And still the substitutes wait for the call from their Hungarian manager. Although there may well be one change in a minute. It looks like Kleinheisler is coming on shortly, as Kerkez makes a run down the left-hand side. Cross deep to the far post. Boller forces the corner off Mittelstädt. There's good pressing from the fullback, Boller. And Max Mittelstädt was forced to turn it behind for what is Hungary's fourth corner of the game. They trail 1-0.
Yeah, they're starting to run in behind and cause the Germany backline problems, and I think that's what you're going to have to do. I don't think everything can be to feet. It can't be intricate all the time. At times you've got to get the ball out your feet and just roll it in behind, and that's where I think certainly the second half the Hungarians are getting more opportunities on goal.
So Laszlo Kleinheisler is coming on before this corner, plays for Hajduk Split, and he's coming on for Adam Naj. Straight swap in central midfield. The number 15 comes on for the number 8, and he stands at the edge of the D as Szoboszlai prepares this latest corner in front of the Hungarian fans away to our right. But before he takes the kick, the referee again has got his eye on some shenanigans going on around the 6-yard line,
and Antonio Rudiger's at the heart of it
as usual. In it comes from Szoboszlai, deep to the far post, almost dropped for Vargas. Left-hand corner of the area, Kerkez picks it up, trying to drive at Toni Kroos, but Kroos was too wily, too clever, too experienced, and Kerkez ended up running out of room. Goal kick Germany, and they lead 1-0 on Talksport.
Yeah, I mean, the Hungarians have got a few opportunities. We said about it, they needed to mix it up. They were defending too deep, there was no outlet. But it just looks like to me that Marco Rossi said, you know what, we'll leave you 3 up, because now there's 3 bodies up there. They can go a little bit more direct. When they're trying the 1 and 2 touch passes and little 5-yard passes, they're not really getting anywhere. At times you've got to mix it up.
Kroos hits a long ball downfield looking for Leroy Sané. A little overhit from Toni Kroos, but the idea was right. There's a little diagonal from in to out, and they're running that inside right channel from Sané. Wasn't found. Ball cleared downfield for Hungary by Dardai. Might drop for Vargas here. Knocks it out to Roland Shalai, but he can't keep it in play on the far side of the field. And it will be a throw to Germany. The boss, Marco Rossi, is telling his Hungarian players to hem Germany in. The throw is almost at the midway point of their own half right-hand side. He's trying to tell them to keep Germany hemmed in their defensive third.
You have to. You've got to squeeze in. If you let the likes of Toni Kroos get on the ball, he'll make things happen. He'll pick at little pockets of space, and his range of passing is that good that if you don't squeeze up, he'll just turn and he'll just pick passes all day. At some point, you've got to disrupt that.
Rudiger striding forward with the ball at his feet. Plays a square pass to Jonathan Tah for Germany, just short of the centre circle. 25 minutes to go on Talksport. Germany, the hosts, looking to go 2 wins from 2 at the tournament they're hosting. And they'll be through to the round of 16, at least as a best-placed third team with the win that they're getting here. They'll be confirmed in the top 2 if they win, and Scotland do not beat Switzerland later, live on Talksport straight after this game. We'll be over to Cologne, Hugh Woozencroft, Joe Shen and Chris Iwelumo, your commentary team. Sane down the right-hand side of the box, lobs it across the face of goal. It's overhit for Füllkrug, but Musiala can keep it in play on this near side and find Mittelstedt. Mittelstedt knocks it down for Tony Kroos. Kroos gives it back to Mittelstedt, left-hand side. Good ball into the area, headed up in the air by Fiola. It's only half cleared. Kroos has it back, finds Musiala again, edge of the area. Good ball out to the left wing, Mittelstedt. First time cross, Gundogan drives it home! A captain's goal from İlkay Gundogan, and Germany are surely going through after just 2 games of this tournament. Mittelstedt's had so much space down the left-hand side, and he's taking a lot of the congratulation from the substitutes down to the left-hand corner flag. But it's the skipper who drilled it home expertly. İlkay Gundogan makes it Germany 2, Hungary 0.
Really, really good goal and really intelligent play from Gundogan. And with Mittelstedt, he's been getting crosses in the box all day long, and his crosses have been good quality, but this one he just decides to mix it up. Rather than just fire it into an area, he just cuts it back slightly towards the penalty box. Everyone thinks he's going to fire it in again. He just cuts it back, and when Gundogan, he's in there, he just drifts, he doesn't sprint in there, he kind of just hovers himself in there, no one picks him up, and he just sweeps it in with his left foot. Really, really good goal, because as I said, Mittelstedt, he's been putting crosses in all day, no one's been getting an end of it, and that very last one he goes, I'm not going to cross it as I have been to that back post, I'm just going to cut it back into an area where İlkay Gundogan just kind of ghosts in there, and he sweeps it in with his left foot. Really, really nice finish.
Really animated celebration from Julian Nagelsmann as well, as that one hit the back of the net. And so Hungary have so much work to do now. 2-0 down with a quarter of the game to go. But here is Boller with a cross from the dead ball line. But it only hits a German defender at the near post. And the host clear. Füllkrug tries to turn away from Orban on halfway, but gets it wrong. But Gundogan scoring his 19th international goal, winning his 79th cap tonight, has put Germany away in clear. But here's Szoboszlai for Hungary, whose Euros could be coming to a very, very short and premature end here. Schaefer, edge of the area, right-hand corner of the box, but there were 3 German players around him. One of them was Tony Kroos, and he took the ball off him. Tah, inside his own penalty area, being hassled and harried by Kleinheisler, but Rudiger will send it long downfield, and Sane picks it up now. What a danger for Hungary to have somebody as quicksilver as Leroy Sane if you're pushing on and trying to force the issue to get a goal back.
That could be the problem. The more Hungarians push forward and try and commit more men forward, Germany should be there waiting with the likes of Sane and Musiala and Füllkrug. There's going to be a few of them waiting now.
Well, here's Kimmich to drive it in across the face of goal and wide. He didn't score many, Josh Kimmich. Nearly got one there. Just hoofed it across the face of goal, and it went wide for a Hungarian goal kick. And there's going to be another change. And a player who plies his trade here, Chris Führig of Stuttgart, is going to be on shortly to win just his 5th cap at the next break in play. And Emre Can, who came on late against Scotland and scored, he's coming on as well. So another double change in the offing for Germany, who lead 2-0 with just over 20 minutes to play on Talksport. Ian Danter and Darren Bent with you live at the Stuttgart Arena. And Germany looking very much the form side. The lack of competitive football does not appear to have caused them a problem, Darren Bent, in the run-up to these championships.
No, their pass has been slick, it's been precise, they've mixed it up, they've gone long, they've gone short, and of course Hungary a real problem. I mean, that goal there was fantastic. I mean, no, if you're Kleinheisler who's just come on, unfortunately I think you're to blame, because İlkay Gundogan's connected to him, he doesn't track the runner, and İlkay just kind of ghosts off him, he leaves him, and he's probably thinking, I hope the ball doesn't come to him. It does. Really good play from Germany, and as I said, İlkay Gundogan just sweeps it in with his left foot. It's a really good finish.
Sane for Germany, looks for Jamal Musiala, midway point of the Hungary half. He's shoved in the back by Szoboszlai. Clear push right in front of the referee. Easy decision for the Dutch referee to give Germany a free kick, about 35 yards out. They lead 2-0, and here comes the double change for Germany. And Emre Can is coming on to replace Andrik, who was on a yellow card coming into this game. Good solid performance again, Darren, from Robert Andrik as the sort of protector in front of that back four.
Yeah, he is. Really good performance from him. But again, you can quite clearly see from up here, Tony Kroos was talking to him, kind of guiding him through it. But he's been really good today as well, effective.
And the very effective Jamal Musiala is the other player that's being withdrawn. The only player with these championships to have scored twice.
And he could have had more as well, because he's got himself into great positions. And I mean, it must be a joy when you play with someone like Tony Kroos. Jamal Musiala must be thinking thank you, because every time they give him the ball, he's free, he's on the half turn, he's getting at defences. He's been really impressive now, and he deserves a round of applause that he's getting for coming off.
Yeah, Furyk delighted to be on his home turf representing his country, winning what is just his 5th cap. The crowd singing his name at full volume as it's announced over the PA system. 19 minutes to go. You're listening to Euro Game Day live on Talksport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Germany 2, Hungary 0. Remember, Scotland up against Switzerland straight after this commentary. We'll be off to Cologne with Hugh Woozencroft, Joe Shannon and Chris Awelamo for full live commentary of that game. But there is a double change being readied by Hungary. Martin Adam is going to be on. It's one of those changes. And the other player coming on, Zsolt Naj. So one Naj has gone off, another one's coming on. And he plays for the Puskás club. He's played in Hungary his whole career, Zsolt Naj. And Adam, big stocky forward's going to be coming on as well. Big unit. But Hungary are running out of time here to force the issue. 18 minutes left and Germany firmly in control in Stuttgart. 2-0 up. Here is Furyk getting his first involvement. Plays the ball into the feet of the other sub-Füllkrug. He lost out, but there's the ever-reliable Tony Kroos to mop things up. And Germany send the ball out to the right-hand side, and Kimmich. Sane in support, hugging the touchline. Level with the edge of the area. Being watched by Kerkez. And Germany, conversely, don't need to force the issue at this point. They can just play the ball around and wait for a moment where they can strike. Kroos floats the ball out to Sane, right wing. Faced up by Shalai. Looks to run at Roland Shalai. Into the box, into the feet of Kimmich. Turns, fires left-footed. Good save by the keeper. And Füllkrug knew he couldn't touch the rebound because he was offside. And instead it's sent downfield for Vargas to chase. But there's Jonathan Tah winning that race between the two. And looking every bit the thoroughbred as he did so. Germany 2, Hungary 0.
Yeah, I mean, it's been hard for him all day, Vargas. He's all he does. He tried to feed off scraps. He tried to run in behind. He's tried to hold the ball. But unfortunately, they just can't get enough bodies around him. And that was a classic situation. He was the only pass on. But Jonathan Tah had 5-10 yards on him. He was never going to get that pass in behind.
That's Darren Bent, former England striker, alongside Ian Danta here in Stuttgart. Gundogan's making another lovely run through the middle, but he's not spotted. Really revelling in this more attacking midfield role that he's got since Kroos' return. Kind of like the role he was playing for Manchester City when he was there. Here's Sane, 25 yards out. Gets the ball on his right. Good shot, good save. Pushed round the post for a corner by Gulacsi. Little daisy cutter from Leroy Sane, getting the ball onto his right foot. Well dealt with, but it's a German corner and they lead 2-0.
That's a really good save because that's through the bodies as well. It goes for a defender's legs and he has to react really late, Gulacsi, and he does that and he tips around the post. It's a better save than it looked initially.
So the double change is now being made. Kerkez is the first player who's making his way to the near touch line to be replaced. So the Bournemouth man comes off and that will allow the player Zoltan Naj to come on to replace him, and Adam is on for Bolla for the other change for Hungary, who have a corner to defend here. Tony Kroos just adjusting his laces whilst he's sorting that out. And in it comes from Kroos, flapped away by Gulacsi over to the far side. Gundogan will keep it in play over on the far side of the field. He's got support from Sane in the right wing. Schaefer watching his every move. Gundogan again calmly rolls it back infield to Mittelstedt. He thought about the reverse ball coming across to his more natural side of the field, and then he's fouled. Free kick given the weight of Germany, and it's in a dangerous position here. Darren Bent, good 30 yards out, pretty much dead central. 2-0 Germany.
Yeah, I thought it was a foul. He gets into a really good position there, Milstad, and I think he's just about to play the ball, and listen, it is a foul. Martin Adam, he just gets his body in there and just stops him from maybe putting the trigger or getting that pass off as well. So for me, it's a foul.
So a free kick. Tony Kroos, I remember him scoring a last-ditch goal from a free kick against Sweden in the World Cup in Russia back in 2018 to rescue Germany's World Cup chances that night in Sochi. He's one of the players standing over it. Leroy Sané's there too. Rudiger having plenty to say about what should be done. There's a two-man German wall standing in front of the Hungarian wall, which is inside the D. Sané's going to go for goal, and that is not much better than I would have done. Mind you, I might not have reached the byline with a shot from that far out, but it was well over the bar. 2-0 Germany.
Well, the only way he was going to beat a goalkeeper from that range, it had to be power, but he gets the technique all wrong. And we've seen Sane hit those free kicks where he almost hits through the valve and it wobbles a little bit. But from that type of range there, I mean, it has to be a spectacular hit to beat a goalkeeper I think he's been very well. He's done well today. He made some really good saves. To beat a goalkeeper of that quality today, it was going to have to be an absolute perler.
77 minutes gone in Stuttgart on Talksport with Scotland, Switzerland to come. Stay on this frequency and we'll take you to Cologne straight after this game, and we'll see how the Scots can recover from the mauling they received at the hands of the Germans on the opening night. And England are back in action tomorrow. All the build-up tomorrow afternoon from 1 p.m. Hawksby and Baker at Box Park, Wembley. The likes of David Seaman, Ledley King and Steve Bruce, who famously never won a cap for his country, will be joining Paul and Charlie at Box Park. And then all the build-up, Adrian Durham, your host, from 4 p.m. with Jim Proudfoot, Stuart Pearce and Faye Carruthers in Leipzig as England play Denmark. Here come Germany with Gundogan, who scored their second. Runs into trouble at the edge of the area, but Willi Orban can only get it half clear. One back brilliantly by Kimmich, and he finds Leroy Sané, little foot in from Dardai, only gets it half clear. Back with Josh Kimmich on the right hand side. Chan takes over, works it back for Rudiger. Now Tar just ahead of the centre circle. Furyk turns it round the corner first time, gets it back from Fulkrug. Good ball from Furyk out to Kimmich on the right hand side. Sané in support. Lovely move this from Germany. Lots of completed passes. Kimmich looking for a cross, but elects to go back once again to Antonio Rudiger. Tar just ahead of the centre circle. Finds Tony Kroos. He floats the ball out to Sané. Cushions it header down for Kimmich on the right wing. Fulkrug calling for a cross, but it's played in short to Gundogan, 30 yards out. Rolled back into the centre of the half for Tar. Then Fulkrug tries to play a 1-2 at the edge of the area. Doesn't quite come off for him. And they can't get it clear, but there is a foul and a push by Fulkrug on Orban. Or was it Fiola? It was Fiola that was fouled. And that long sequence of German passing ends with a Hungarian free kick. 2-0 to Germany, 79 minutes gone on Talksport.
Yeah, it's difficult for the Hungarians now because they're 2-0 down. Germany are comfortable possession. They can't get enough men forward. What they're going to have to need, they're going to need Martin Adam to kind of hold the ball. He's gone up there alongside Varga, which I think is probably the right thing to do. They probably should have done it a little bit earlier, change the shape to like kind of 4-4-2 and just try and get more bodies forward, because that's been the problem for them, Hungary, this second half, is that they've had possession, they've looked up, and there's no one to pass to. And they're just giving it back to Germany. And listen, you give this Germany team more and more opportunity to create chances. With the players they've got, eventually they're going to do it.
We've just seen the cameras pan on to Jogi Löw, the former German manager who sat here in the stands at the Stuttgart Arena looking on at players he used to manage. Neuer and Kroos, of course, and Gundogan. But this latest incarnation of Germany looks like they pose a threat to everybody else at these Euros. Emre Can driving forward, finds Furyk, left-hand side for Germany. Getting into the area. Players backpedaling. Furyk, tried to wrap his foot round it and go for goal. And hit it well wide. Fancied a goal on home turf, this Furyk, but it wasn't to be. Goal kick.
I get that. He's back home. He got a fantastic ovation when he walked onto the pitch. The home fans here probably want to see him score as well. 10 minutes to go. The team's 2-0 up. Why not have a go? Why not? Don't get me wrong though. If I was a centre forward in the box and he's shooting from there, I'm screaming at him saying, "Hey, cross it!"
Yeah, you'd be applauding him, going, "Yeah, fair play."
No chance.
Of course you wouldn't. Talksport breakfast back in the morning with Alan Brazil and Gabby Agbonlahor. Stuart Pearce will join them as well for an hour around 8:30 to preview England's game against Denmark in Leipzig tomorrow night. And Ali McCoist will join Alan and Gabby to pick the bones out of what happens tonight in Cologne between Scotland and Switzerland. That's live on Talksport straight after this. We'll be off to Hugh Wozencroft at the end of this game. Meantime, 2-0 to Germany. 9 minutes to go on Talksport. And Tony Kroos calmly sweeps the ball out to Josh Kimmich in his own defensive third. Back it goes to Neuer, who's had far less to do in this second half, Darren Bent, than he did in the first. And that's something of a surprise to me.
It is, but they haven't just capitalised on that. They ended the first half really well, Hungary. Created chances. Neuer made those 2 great saves. But Hungary just haven't got enough men forward. And when they've got to other than that, the header from Varga, which he should score, they haven't created too many opportunities in the second half.
Well, we're going to see Dennis Undav, who's been playing here at Stuttgart on loan from Brighton this season, coming on in a moment. But meantime, Hungary have won a corner. There's still time for Hungary to do something here, but they've really got to get themselves back within a goal now. And they've got a corner. They've scored a lot of goals from set pieces in qualifying, 7 in all. And they have a corner in front of their own fans away to the far right-hand side that Szoboszlai is going to take. Right-footed in-swinger. And it goes right under the crossbar and headed over the top for Emre Can for another corner on this near side, the right. And Can just got in ahead of Adam to get it away from danger.
They've dealt it really well, because Szoboszlai, every single one of these set plays, whether it be free kicks or corners, he puts it in with some real quality.
54,000 inside the Stuttgart arena looking on as Szoboszlai sends a short corner into Salai, and then the ball set into the box and the giant figure of Antonio Rudiger got it clear. Sane is clipped as he tried to bring it clear, and it's a free kick. This will herald the arrival of Dennis Undav. 18 goals, the top scoring German in the Bundesliga this season, Dennis Undav. He managed to get a few goals at Brighton last season, but he's by no means a regular, and it's the captain İlkay Gündoğan who is going off, and he gets a huge ovation. İlkay Gündoğan, 33 years young, now at Barcelona, really came to prominence in his days at Borussia Dortmund before his move to Manchester City, and he comes off to allow Undav to come on for Germany's final change.
Yeah, I mean, he's been good. İlkay Gündoğan, really good goal he scored as well. Really intelligent. We saw him do it so many times for Manchester City, just kind of ghost into the box. But when he goes in there, he's one of those midfield players. He doesn't slash at anything. It's always a calm, controlled finish, and it's a really good goal, and he's played really well today.
2-0 to Germany. 6 minutes of normal time to go on Talksport. Out to the right-hand side, and Kimmich, who now has the captain's armband, with Gündoğan having left the field and had high fives with every single member of the coaching staff, tea lady and everybody sat down beneath us before he takes his place. Well, that's captain's role, isn't it? Jonathan Tah of Leverkusen flicks the ball in field for Tony Kroos. Can finds Furyk on this left-hand side. Mittelstedt's gone ahead of him into the area, pulls it across the face of goal, and there should have been somebody there really in a German shirt to tuck it away. But Hungary managed to smuggle the ball out of their own 18-yard box. But again, Maximilian Mittelstedt, the man that was trying to provide the assist there, Darren Bent.
Do you know what? And if Gündoğan's still on the pitch, he probably still scores that, because Mittelstedt, he doesn't smash it across, he just almost dinks it into an area and it drops right on the penalty spot, and we know that's what İlkay Gündoğan would be. It stops there and no one's there to put it in the back of the net.
Tell you what, he only made his debut in March for Germany, Maximilian Mittelstedt. but he looks at home. He was relegated last summer at Hertha Berlin, came here to Stuttgart and had one hell of a season. Don't forget, Stuttgart finished second in the Bundesliga. Only the Invincibles of Bayer Leverkusen went above them. It's going to be another double change for Hungary in just a moment. But it appears to be a lost cause for Marco Rossi and co. They had a hideous group stage of the Euros last time out. You might remember France, Germany and Portugal in their group. Here's Furyk making a lovely run for Germany into the left-hand corner of the box. Keeps it away from Szoboszlai. Floats it across to Kimmich, just outside the D. Kimmich sets himself for a shot and then fires into the right-hand side for Sane. Can't get the cross in, but Kimmich does. Finds Füllkrug, who was falling backwards as he tried to apply a finish. And it goes behind. And the changes are being made by Hungary right now. And Daniel Gazdag of Philadelphia in MLS, he's coming on, and so too is Kevin Soboth, who plays for the Újpest club. Over years of being a player at Benfica and never getting a look in. Barnabas Varga, who scored against Switzerland, is one of those players withdrawn. Had a massive chance, didn't he, Darren Bent, second half, to get Hungary level at 1-1 with that header.
Yeah, I mean, he did everything right but score and hit the target. I mean, his movement was good. He peeled onto the back of Jonathan Tah, who couldn't react. And I think he maybe just got up a fraction too early because he tries to guide it back where he come from, which is the right thing to do in that situation. But he just gets too much on it and it drops just over the crossbar.
So Gazdag and Soboth are on. And Varga and Salai have gone off. But time running out. 3 minutes of normal time to go on Talksport. Hungary have the ball with their goalkeeper Gulaci. Szoboszlai hits the ball against Furyk and wins a throw-in this right-back position. Don't forget, Hungary play Scotland in the final game. And Scotland will be desperate to get something because they'll know, Darren Bent, going into the final game, if they got something on the board tonight against Switzerland, they've got something to play for a third place potential finish. Exactly. So you'd like to think that they will get the job done tonight. It's going to be difficult for them though because Switzerland are a good side. Sane into the area, right hand side. The shot is deflected and goes to the wrong side of the post for Leroy Sane, but it is a corner late on for the Germans with 2 minutes to go. 2-0. Yeah, good play there from Sane, but when he went past the defender, I'm thinking, right, can you shift it? He doesn't really do anything. He's faced up to the defender, Will Orban, and he doesn't really shift. If he shifts it to his left, then he can open up the angle, but he almost does nothing and he tries to hit it between the defender's legs. But even if it goes through, the goalkeeper probably saves it. So disappointing from Leroy Sane in that situation there. Kroos takes the corner and takes it out to outside the area, gets it back from Furyk. Sane drifting down the left hand side of the area, being watched all the way. Good defending from Hungary. Now Szoboszlai tight to this near touchline, tries to bring it clear. Good ball up to halfway, and Soboth, his first touch, he's caught by Mittelstedt, but the referee says play on because Hungary still have possession. Now he's bringing play back and he's going to book Mittelstedt for that foul on the substitute Soboth. 2-0 Germany. Yeah, tactical foul there. I think he almost had to because he was breaking away. Just leave your foot there, dangle your leg there, just catch him a little bit, break up momentum. It's one of those you have to take for the team, unfortunately. Going to be 3 minutes of additional time minimum when we get there, but there's still a minute of normal time to play here at the Stuttgart Arena on Talksport as Szoboszlai floats the ball into the area. Adam goes up with Neuer. He's lost it and the ball's trucked towards goal but kept out on the goal line, and then a Hungarian player goes down. No penalty. I think it was Josh Kimmich that kept the ball out as Hungary thought they'd either got a goal back or won a penalty. Instead, Szoboszlai gives the ball away to Sane, who's charging over the halfway line. Füllkrug to his right, Chan to his left, and he can't find either of them. Poor from Leroy Sane there. The option there was Füllkrug. That's where he should have been. He tries an outside of the boot for a pass that wasn't really on, and the opportunity gone. If you're centre forward there, you pulled off into a really good channel. Füllkrug, just pass him the ball. He gets one touch, he gets a shot off. But Sane, for me, there chose the wrong option. So instead, Hungary get the ball down the other end, but Germany had themselves a ball down the right-hand side for Josh Kimmich. Plays it back to Chan on halfway. That last sequence there, Martin Adams got an absolutely smash from Manuel Neuer. Wow. Yeah. He's a big unit, is Martin Adams. He is. So the 3 minutes of minimum stoppage time has begun, and the Hungarian fans trying their best away to our right-hand side to encourage their players, but this Euros, like the last Euros, it's just a group that's so tough, and they've had 2 tough games, because you should never discount the Swiss. They're still in the top 20 of the world ranking, Switzerland. Very tough nut to crack. Hungary win the ball back at the edge of their own penalty area.
It's also what if. Hungary have created so many chances today where they just think a little bit extra quality in that final third. I know Manuel Neuer's made some unbelievable saves, but you're looking back, you're thinking, when you analyse the footage later on and you're sitting in the team hotel, it's almost like, well, how have we not scored today? Because they've created enough opportunities to have got themselves a goal in this game.
Well, I think it's flip-flop. They were poor first half against Switzerland, better second half. I think it's vice versa today.
Yeah.
Better in the first half despite going behind, and Neuer's had much less to do since the restart. Ball's out of play for a German throw on this near side. Nagelsmann is going to give the ball to his left back, Mittelstädt. Just over the halfway line for Germany, who are going to take their time, as you would expect. They don't have to use up too much energy in these closing stages. 1.5 minutes of the minimum 3 has gone. Germany 2, Hungary 0. Off to Cologne shortly with Hugh Wozencroft, Joe Shannon and Chris Iwelumo, former Scotland international. How will the Tartan Army respond to that defeat to Germany? Switzerland are their opponents. We'll bring you the team news from Cologne and the full game live, and then Jason Cundy and Jamie O'Hara will take your calls on the sports bar at the conclusion of that game. So stick with Talksport, and we will continue to bring you the very best commentaries from Euro 2024. Ball's overhit by Undav as he tried to thread it through the eye of a needle for Füllkrug, who appreciates the intention of the pass, but it went straight through to Galazzi. And now Dardai. Hungary going to have to lick their wounds here and hope they can get 3 points in the final game and see what that means for them, whether that gives them any sort of a chance of a best third place finish, but it would appear unlikely.
But to be fair to them, they've shown opportunities today that they can play. You said first half they were good, second half today maybe not so much. But if we're looking at the performances and thinking we're playing against Germany, who are one of the favourites for the competition, and we've caused them problems, it's just that last little bit of quality in the final third maybe we've lacked today. So I think you've got to take the positives on this game. You've been beaten by the better side. It happened.
Mittelstädt was booked a little while ago for a foul on Soboth. Well, Soboth has just turned the tables. He's just got a yellow card for a foul on the German left back. And at the end of it all, Germany will have a free kick midway point of their own half, taken short to Kroos by Tar. And the referee blows for full time, and Germany have won their opening 2 Euro 2024 matches. They will be through to the round of 16 no matter what, after another strong performance in front of their own fans here at the Stuttgart Arena. Hungary had chances in the first half, didn't take them. Jamal Musiala took his midway through that first period to put Germany in front, and then the skipper İlkay Gündoğan scoring his first German goal from open play. That was midway through the second half to seal the deal. Hungary have no points from their opening 2 games, and their Euros looks threatened. But the hosts march on, just the second team in history to score 7 goals in their first 2 games of a Euro campaign, like the Netherlands did at Euro 2008. But they've got 6 points on the board, and that's what really matters. Germany through to the knockout stages. It's finished here at the Stuttgart Arena. Germany 2, Hungary 0.
Ian, thank you very much. You are listening to Euro Game Day Live right here on Talksport, as we brought you that live commentary from Stuttgart as Germany beat Hungary 2-0, and they are through to the knockout stages. They don't know yet whether they'll be top or second in those top 2 positions. They have to wait and see what will happen in the final stages of Group A, and of course they do play Switzerland in their final game as well. And as for Hungary, well, as Ian was telling us, there are no points on the board, and they will have to try and get 3 points in their final game against Scotland and hope results go their way to maybe end up as one of the best third place teams. Let's get the thoughts of former England striker Darren Bent on that game. It wasn't as emphatic for Germany, Darren, as it was against Scotland in this Hungary result, but it did feel comfortable in the end for the hosts.
Yeah, it did. I mean, as you said there, it wasn't like it was against Scotland where they ran riot. There were times where Hungary did cause them problems. Manuel Neuer had to make some fantastic saves throughout the game. And they just didn't capitalise Hungary. There were times where they were in it. They had little spells, maybe 2-3 minutes at a time, keeping possession, causing problems. But I always felt like Germany were comfortable. And if it wasn't for the quality in the final third from Germany, again, they could have scored more than 2. But at times they were picking the wrong pass, trying to be too precise, people shooting when they shouldn't. But again, you look back at this game, and it's about getting out of the group. And Germany have done that comfortably.
Indeed. Let's bring us our King performance thanks to Burger King.
King Performance on Talksport with Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction with the Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus. Order your Burger King delivery now.
So Darren, tell us who or what has stood out for you in this game.
Well, it's a bit of a difficult one because when I look at the players, there was no one I would say who was actually outstanding. Musiala got a goal, Gundogan got himself a goal, of course, but I'm going to go for Manuel Neuer. Just because for him, a goalkeeper, Germany was so on the front foot, they had so much of the ball, you've got to stay concentrated, and he did that, and every single time that the Hungarians pushed forward and he was called upon, he managed to make the saves, and one of them was absolutely fantastic. So for that, I'm going to go for Manuel Neuer.
Brilliant. Darren, thank you very much. Ian as well, thank you for being our commentary team in Stuttgart. That was our King Performance pick in association with Burger King.